Now, I'd like to leave you with a game I've personally been waiting for a long time. From the creator of Panzer Dragoon and Phantom Dust, here's the premiere of Crimson Dragon, exclusively on Xbox One. That was good.
Pancakes. Making pancakes. But you know,
what's up, everyone? This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is The Real, episode 160 of GG's The Mouthful Podcast.
GG!
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Sorry,
about.
that came out too loud.
No, it's great. It's great. That voice, guys, if you don't know, is GG's very own Gilberto, aka Kaox Reaper, joining me today for the podcast. What's up, Kaox?
Yes, sir. The one and only.
That's right.
As
Now,
far as I know, I don't have numbers next to my name.
yeah, it's okay. I have numbers.
Oh yeah, but you chose your numbers.
True.
I mean, Mad Dog is pretty common.
No worries. Of course, we're missing Mr. Dreamtwister. He is out. He basically abandoned the show. Let's be real. He abandoned the show to go to the sunny Caribbean and just hang out with his wife.
I was gonna ask because
Yeah.
I didn't know why he wasn't here.
Yeah, he's gone. I think he took, I want to say probably a good 7-day cruise. So he's like living it up.
Nice. Must be nice.
It must be nice being Dreamtwister. He just got a house, then he goes on a cruise.
I know. I saw. Which, by the way, congratulations, Dream. Whenever you listen to this, you have a very beautiful home from the pictures that I saw.
Yes. They're very nice. Very nice. Actually, a house. That's where the new studio is. We are not in that today, but that's okay. We're actually on the internet, using the internet for the wonderful things that it can do. And of course, Mr. Kaox is out all the way in Florida. Oh wait, actually, we're both in Florida. So all the way.
I was gonna say you're gonna have to fix that a little bit. We're kind of like both in Florida.
Yes, that's right. He's still
We're just on opposite ends of Florida.
Yes, and Florida's bigger than a lot of people think. Where are you in Florida, sir? I was gonna say Coconut Grove.
Coconut Creek. Close enough. You got the first part right.
There you go. This is Coconut something. I knew that.
Coconut Creek. I'm all the way down here in Coconut Creek. This is South Florida down here.
Yes. All right. So if this is your first time tuning in, first off, thank you so much for tuning in. Please go to goodgame.tech, join the conversation there. That takes you right to our Facebook group. Also, like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone. What we would normally do is we go into what we've been up to, move on to some various news items, and finish with our hot topic of the week. This week's hot topic. That's right. E3. We're doing our E3 preview for 2019. And this time we're going to go deep diving into what we expect Microsoft and Nintendo to bring to their conferences. Well, Microsoft conference, Nintendo's Direct, obviously. They don't do conferences anymore, but I kind of dig their Directs.
I haven't watched them, honestly. I'm not one to watch those things, really.
Really? Have you checked out?
I kind of just like listen it from you guys.
Oh, I got you. Have you checked out any of the state of plays, what we've been calling the PlayStation Directs?
No, I did not. Again, I just kind of like wait for you guys to watch it and tell me what happened.
Well, that is what we're here for.
That's what I do every week.
All right, sir. Well, let's go ahead and get into the show. First off, as always, what we've been up to. Sir, what have you been up to in your whole life? We need the whole thing. So start from when you're in kindergarten, and we'll work our way into...
You want to start from kindergarten? Like, okay, well, I was in Puerto Rico, and, okay, no. Actually, I bought and started Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
Oh, snap, really?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I did.
That is.
I haven't gotten very far. I haven't gotten to the first boss yet, but I did play through the part that you showed me. When you sure played it. I saw the little guy that you have to take out with the 2 bars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still getting the timing down, and I unfortunately skipped the cutscene, which kind of bothered me because it's died a few times in a row.
Oh, okay.
And then the cutscene, I was just pressing X and just skipped it, and I was like, no, because I like it.
Yeah. Well, what are you thinking? How do you think of the game?
Well, I gotta get the pairing timing down. I'm
Yeah.
having a lot of problems with it, especially if it's a slow swinging enemy. I mess up the timing horribly.
They're the ones who mess you up every time.
Those giants, I can't. I always do it too early. But I decided at one point to like, you know what? I'm just gonna like, this is my rest point, and I'm just gonna practice this pairing as much as I can. Which I don't know if it's a particularly good idea because I repeatedly, I apparently some bad stuff happens.
Yes. Have you run into what happens or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah,
Not yet.
that's not a bad idea though. To just stay in one place. I mean, of course, you're going to get the timing of that particular enemy, but it still makes sense.
Well, yeah, but it's just because not obviously not all enemies going at the same speed.
Mhm.
Was kind of like take their time or delay it. Other ones kind of like swing at you like maniacs. And yeah, it didn't work very well. I need more practice.
I was I think I was going to throw you off because when I shared played with you, I forgot that I had already the characters kind of leveled up, so he's a lot stronger. So obviously your hits against other people were hitting harder, which I
Yeah,
realized later on. I was like, that's probably not going to be the
you're
case with you.
definitely able to take more hits because I died in like 2 hits. I was dead, and I was like, okay, let's try this again. God forbid it was a giant because them dudes just one shot me.
Yes, those big guys. They have a name. I forgot what it was. I'll have to look it up here.
Assholes. That's
Yeah,
what they're called.
that they are. That they are. And there's different ones too. I'm not gonna spoil it. I want you to play.
Oh, oh, nice, great, more fun stuff too. Well, I mean, obviously, I'm still very early in the game, so I can only expect all the amazing fun stuff that awaits me in this obviously super easy game that doesn't
Super easy, right?
super easy,
That doesn't need an
super
easy mode.
accessible, super accessible.
Yes. Yes, there you go. I believe it or not, not to cut into it, June, but I kind of hung up my
But,
sword for a little bit. Um, Unfortunately, I want to go back to Sekiro. I just don't
but
know.
what drew you away?
It's the grind because there's a grind behind it, which
Oh,
is
okay.
normal. You know what I mean? That's normal with these games. I'm not in any way faulting it for it, but like any grind, you got to kind of put it down for a little bit, and I think that's what I need to do.
Um, I've also been playing Apex.
Ah,
Uh,
yes.
I bought the battle pass.
Did you?
I lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much
It's
is
a
it?
free game. I mean, honestly, the biggest downfall of the game is once you hit level 100, you don't earn any more loot boxes.
Oh, so you
You
have
know,
to. Okay.
you have to buy them. They force you to pay after that. That's where they get you.
That is where they get you. How much is the battle pass?
$10, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not horrible
Yeah,
for a free game.
right. But I think I don't can't remember the prices for the loot boxes right now. But I mean, because when you're leveling up, you don't get a loot box every level. You get one every other level. So you're not getting 100 loot boxes. You're getting 50. And after
Oh,
that, you have to buy them.
well, that is kind of
That
crummy.
and that's all. That also goes for the points that you get towards buying legends. Like, yeah, a friend of mine has 48,000 points. That's 3 legends, I believe.
Hmm.
And after that, he's gonna have to buy them.
Oh, so there's a cap in which you can get for free.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you could still grind out, just continue
No,
to
no.
grind out.
After level 100, once you hit level 100, you're done. You don't get anything else.
Well, I guess I can see that. But still,
Yeah, me too. But it's kind of dirty.
yeah. I mean, it's
'Cause-
EA. I mean,
Yeah, because I mean, you don't level up quick either. You know, unless of course there's people that are like level ready, but that's beside the point.
yeah.
You don't level up that fast either. So like, you could have kept that like after level 100, just every 2 times you fill up the bar, that would have been nice or something along those lines. But no, you don't get any.
Oh man.
But regardless, I've been playing Apex because I bought the battle pass and there's an emblem I like, and I gotta get. Well, there's 5 tiers to it. You gotta get kills with 7 different legends, and the tiers are 1 kill, 5 kills, 25 kills. No, yeah, 25, 50, and 100. I'm working on the 25 now. I
You're
think
pretty
I
good.
have 3 characters. Or thank you. I have 3 characters already with at least 25. One of them has 92, another one has 74.
Oh
But
shit.
the other ones I have to like really bring up because I rarely ever like switch my characters around. I mainly play Caustic and Octane,
Hmm.
and I usually don't switch out those two. So that's why they have like the most.
That explains why we were playing the other day. That explains why you were playing a character I've never seen you play.
Yes, yes. That's why I was playing Gibraltar, then I was playing Lifeline. I've been playing Pathfinder, Bangalore, and Wraith, along with Octane and Caustic.
Oh, awesome.
And I mean, other than Apex, I watched the movie
Okay.
because my wife wanted to watch this movie. It's a comedy movie.
Uh-oh. Sounds like we're about to blame the wife.
Daddy's Home too.
Oh no.
Oh,
Uh,
oh yes. Let me. You know what? I gotta take a sip of my beer just remembering that movie.
I'm so sorry. I actually saw that and oof. That's
Oh
that's a rough watch.
God, that was painful. It was like 2 jokes in the entire hour and a half that actually landed.
Oh wow.
And I don't care for spoilers for this movie, so whatever. That scene at the theater at the end. Oh my God, I
It's
couldn't wait for that scene to end. It went on forever.
it's a very I mean it's obviously a cash grab, you know what I mean? Daddy's Home, the first one did I guess okay and they just hey, let's make another one real quick. These
Where
two
we do the
actually
exact same thing.
exactly. I mean it
Repeat.
worked for the Hangover, right? It got to Hangover 3 and part 2 and 3 were literally just redos, rehashes of the first one.
Oh my God, yeah, I know.
So, oh, I'm so
But at
sorry.
least most of the jokes landed.
True, true. And when you have
This
that
one was like flat on its face almost every time.
I only watched it because they were watching it here in my house, and it
I'm
was.
sorry.
I know. Well, I didn't. Again, we didn't pay for. I think we were. I don't know how we got it. I didn't pay for it. Somebody else.
It's on Hulu, so.
Maybe that's how it is. And so they put it on, and I
But
just.
if you don't want to watch it again, it's on Hulu.
No, thank you, sir. No, thank you.
And I also watched DC movie, a DC animated movie.
Okay, the good DC.
Teen Titans: The Judas Contract.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to look this one up. I don't know this one.
It's really good. It's Did you ever saw the animated show on Cartoon Network?
Teen Titans?
Yeah.
No.
Wow, you missed out. Good show. Hell of a show.
Teen
Well, then, to
Titans.
anybody listening, it takes the Terra story arc, which is Titan that gets added into the group. It's her story arc. If you've watched the animated show, you know what this movie's about because it goes beat by beat as the show did. It's just we're a little bit more mature,
Hmm.
and they have different characters because like Beetle is here. I guess is like Blue Beetle, but just call him Beetle. And Cyborg is not. So they have that switched out for I don't know why. But I really liked it, even though I knew it was like what the whole thing was, basically.
Hmm.
But it was a very good movie. The action scenes were pretty cool, you know. Oh, and Damian is there too. Damian Wayne, he's Robin, and Robin is Nightwing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Wait. Robin is Nightwing. Damian. Okay, gotcha.
and Damian Wayne is Robin at this.
The Judas contract. Here it is. Okay. Oh,
It's on Hulu.
well, this actually looks pretty good.
I've been wanting to dive into HBO now to keep pointing out movies every time I listen to a podcast. Like, it's on HBO now. And like, I have it. I should do something with this.
I know because Game of Thrones is ending soon anyway. So,
Yes,
you know,
yes. But if I have a reason to keep it, then I will. 'Cause I like HBO. Like, they have more movies than I think. I don't know.
they do. Actually, a lot of movies seem to, when they become available for rent, not too long after, not all of them, obviously, whichever ones they work out a deal with, but some really good ones do become available quickly. So I've been considering that as well, just to see, just to see how. what I can get, what movies become available. I don't know if I can do another plan. I only have this plan because of Game of Thrones. It's 15
Well,
bucks
see,
a
my
month.
wife is paying for Netflix and Hulu.
Oh,
I think I'm just gonna pick this one up.
well, there you go. That works.
Yeah, I think that's what I've been up to most. Well, I pre-ordered Shadowbringers, which is the expansion to Final Fantasy 14. That's coming out in July.
July, Shadowbringers.
Yes, let me double check that.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up right now. Release date, July 2nd.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, July.
Actually, if you pre-order, you can get it on June 28th.
Yeah, they give you a couple of days so ahead of everybody.
It's bullshit.
I mean, I probably will, but I'm not like these hardcore people that just like immediately grind to the max level in the first bit of dirt they find of enemies. There's people that actually do this. Ridiculous.
Hey, you know what it is? They want to coast in the end. That's what it is.
Well, they also want to be world's first. That's usually what people are doing.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah,
know that. Well,
that's what I've been up to.
what I have been up to, sir, I haven't played. I mean, I can tell you, I hung, well, tentatively just hung up my sword in Sekiro. I have been kind of diving into my Switch, which I have now. And I also have the.
Yes, I haven't listened to the podcast, but I did read the description that said that you had a Switch.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
I
If,
honestly, I had to do it.
if, if we could Dreamtwister to watch Pulp Fiction.
I know. Dreamtwister, we're calling you out here. You need to watch
Yes,
Pulp Fiction.
this was definitely going to happen. You should have known this was going to happen. Happening.
The moment Kaox comes onto the podcast, we're calling you out.
Yes.
You gotta watch. You gotta watch Pulp Fiction, and you have to play The Witcher 3, and that's it. There's no excuses now. There's no
There's
excuses.
definitely no excuse. I think I was listening. I
Which
think
one?
it's the one where you guys are doing the order of the MCU movies.
Oh, ranking the MCU.
I
Yeah.
I can't remember what movie it was that he said like, oh, I went with really low expectations because everybody told me it was bad, and then I watched it. So you watch a movie that everybody told you was bad, but we've been telling you that Pulp Fiction is like the best thing ever, and you
I,
still haven't like. It boggles the mind.
the sad
It
part
boggles.
is, and I love you, Dream Twister. So just saying, but the sad part is, he'll probably watch Pulp Fiction and come back with, it was okay. I had to see what everything. That's what's gonna happen. I can almost bet money. You know what I mean?
I mean, it has an ending.
Yeah, it does. I
It
agree.
has an ending.
Yeah. Hi-
Oh,
His one gripe about certain films, this one doesn't
right.
have. Yeah. Yeah.
This one has an ending, Dream. Watch it.
Watch, it's no excuse.
God.
Oh man. So
I had to
so
get that out of my chest. I'm sorry.
it's all right. It's all right. It's a perfect. This is what this is for. This is a therapeutic podcast. On top of that, so no,
I've been yelling at this to my phone this whole time.
I can imagine. I can imagine. So no, I just kind of been diving into some of those games, and I have the Nintendo Online. Like I paid for Nintendo Online, so it has a bunch
Oh,
of like old games that you can play, and I started playing Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link. Right, it was for the original
really?
NES. Yes, which is a game that I think I touched when I was very young, but it wasn't like something. I don't think it belonged to me. And it wasn't something I got into, right? And I literally played this the other day for a good 3 hours, right? Just playing and grinding and fighting and stuff. And dude,
Really?
this is like the 8-bit Dark Souls. Easily. Easily. It's not even
8-bit Dark Souls.
8-bit Dark Souls. It is so do you remember anything about Zelda 2?
Oh,
Okay, so Zelda 2, you start in a castle. Zelda is asleep, so think of it like Sleeping Beauty. She's asleep or something. She's some sort of spell, or whatever. You play Link, and you have to go and collect. I think it's 8 stones or something like that. So 8 jewels or whatever the case may be. So you have 3 lives, right? When you die or you lose those 3 lives, you start back at this temple where she's at. No matter what, no matter where you are, no matter what's going on, you start back at this temple. You gain experience believe it or not, a Zelda game where you gain experience. Okay. When you get enough experience, you actually put it to your attack, to magic, to life.
Wow.
Yes, yes, exactly. All right.
Wow.
And let's say you have, so let's say the bar is 100 points to get to the next, whatever, level up, right?
Right.
If you die and lose 3 lives, before you get to that point, you lose all your experience, right?
What?
Yes, you lose all your experience.
I'm guessing you don't come back to a puddle of blood and pick it back up, do you?
No, you do not. It's gone for good. It's
Oh shit.
it's gone for good. So
Oh.
there's a little risk reward going on because you could do like there's certain like levels, right? So you have like if you get to 100 points, it'll the moment you get to 100 points, it'll say, "Hey, you hit 100 points. Do you want to use 100 points for something, or do you want to continue collecting to the next tier?" So
Okay.
that's the risk part because if you die trying to collect the next tier, you lose it all. But if you use it and you apply it to something, if you die, that whatever, like if you got an extra life or you
You
got
don't
more,
level.
you don't lose. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So the enemies are obviously tough. There is dungeons that you wander off into some area and there's a boss here you don't even know, and it's just like, holy shit,
Wow.
yeah, it
That's
is,
some dark level shit.
dude. I was in shock. I was
Dark
like,
Souls.
I never knew that this is the type of
Wow.
game that it was. You know what I mean? So anyway, I went down this rabbit hole with this game for like
Yeah, I
hours.
see that. I don't think I played that one. I played the very first one because it was a remake on the Game Boy SP. I had a Game Boy SP. And I played Ocarina of Time. I mean, there's a lot of games there's a lot of games that I miss playing over time because
For
especially
Nintendo?
the yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see that. I grew up with it, so I mean, I had a Nintendo in the house, and I had the Legend of Zelda, the first one, but never had the other one. And then when I saw someone playing, I was like, this is not the Legend of Zelda. It's completely different. So I was like, whatever.
Sounds
And
more
then
like Final Fantasy.
it is. That's what I'm saying. It's just it's amazing. It's amazing to me how this game exists. And it's just it's amazing. And like I said, I just fell into it, started playing it for hours, and I still have it saved. So
Couldn't
I
stop.
want to go back. Yeah, yeah. I was like, this is actually. I mean, having Dark Souls in my mind now, and even Sekiro and Demon Souls, it's just like,
So
holy
so the
crap!
game needs an easy mode is what you're saying. I'm
No,
sorry, I'll stop.
no, it's all right. It's a common theme for the podcast. So let's be real. No, for the record, there is no easy mode. Which again, I mean, it speaks volumes of how this game is like. I don't want to say it gave birth to them because it really didn't. But if you look back far
I
enough,
mean,
it's
you
like,
never
man, this
know.
game is, yeah, you never know. This may have been that dude's inspiration. I can't remember his name now. The creator of Dark Souls and Demon Souls and all these
Oh
From
yeah,
Software, the
I
From
don't remember
Software guy,
those
yeah.
names, but I know who you're talking about.
So it could have been his inspiration because he's been in the industry for a long time. Um,
Well, because I remember diving deep into that once. Demon Souls is the successor, the spiritual successor to King something.
oh, okay. You know what? I think we saw. Didn't I tell you about a documentary on this? We both saw it.
Uh,
I think so.
oh, by the way, the creator is Hidetaka Miyazaki.
Miyazaki, thank you. I was just looking that up. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I
Oh, King's Field. There you go. It's
King.
considered a spiritual successor to King's Field.
Yes, and there were actually 3 parts: Kingfields 1, 2, and 3. Yes,
I've never played those games. I have no idea what they are.
I've seen like images again from the documentary, and they're just very crude versions of what you can see in Dark Souls.
Oh,
Because
really?
yeah, because this is back from. I mean, this is
Early PC? Like,
PlayStation 1.
oh,
Yeah, so you can imagine PlayStation 1 graphics.
oh God,
You know what
that
I mean?
just hurts to even think about.
Not to mention PlayStation 1's frame rate.
I know.
Yeah,
Listen, even the textures can stay on right. Like if you move the camera in certain ways, it will distort the textures on the walls.
it would.
I always yeah. I
Yeah.
always pointed this out to people, and nobody ever seemed to care. Like, you not see how that line is straight and suddenly goes crooked? No, you don't see that on the wall. Okay, I guess I'm just going crazy.
No,
But yeah,
I saw it, but it never
no,
bothered
of
me.
course not.
What are you
I mean,
gonna do?
imagination went a long way. Because you really needed to.
You have to. You got to put that aside. Like otherwise, all those games are gonna bother you. Oh man,
Yeah, that's why I
good
say
cover.
that. Like, what is it? We think things nostalgically.
Hmm.
Nostalgia goggles, so much better.
Yes, rose-colored goggles. That's right. That's really all I've been playing. I did see a movie, and it is on HBO.
Of course it
However,
is.
I cannot in any way recommend this film.
Okay,
Not in any way
this
whatsoever.
is good.
First off, I'm going to preface this by asking, have you seen the original Predator? I assume you have, because most people have.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw you watching this.
So, exactly. The
Yeah,
original
I'm familiar.
Predator is just classic. It's action masterpiece, right? Um, and what makes it great, you know what I mean? I mean, like it or not, Schwarzenegger's in it. It's 80s crazy action. It's also, not CG. They use a lot of practical effects. If I mean mostly practical effects because it's the 80s. They didn't really have CG back
Right.
then.
There's no right.
So The Predator, okay, is the movie I saw, and the reason I was
Okay.
interested in seeing this film, so I feel like I need to, I need to say this.
You need to,
Yeah.
because I probably, whatever you're gonna say is probably the same reason I would have watched it had I just went ahead and spoiled it for me.
Yes. So the director is Shane Black. Okay. And well, he has a decent film background. Okay. When it comes to director and also a writer. When it comes to those, first of all, he wrote all the Lethal Weapons, which is one of my favorite films. Okay. And he did
Listen, I
also,
love Lethal Weapon, but have you rewatched them?
I have. I actually hold the
Whew,
box set. Yes.
whew.
True. They are of its time, if we can call it of its time.
Yes, you know what? That is very true.
Yes.
Very true. They're definitely
Of its time.
very 90s.
Um, he did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is probably one of my favorite films, which actually is the film that brought Robert Downey Jr. back from his crazy days. And
Really? I
oh yeah,
haven't watched it. I've always wanted to.
you should watch it. Hands down, you should watch
Okay.
it. There's just no reason not to.
Okay.
Especially if you like Lethal Weapon, the films, or you ever liked them. You
Yeah,
definitely, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you
Oh
need to
yeah.
watch, yeah. And of course,
Wait,
thanks to that led to 2008's Iron Man. So in some ways, that movie, one, that was Shane Black's first directing movie. He wrote a bunch of shit before that, but that was his first directing movie, and that's the movie that again brought Robert Downey Jr. And we may not even have the Iron Man we have today if it wasn't for that.
right.
Um, Also, he actually happened to direct Iron Man 3, which I know is not everybody's favorite, but I still say it's better than Part 2. So there's that.
I don't know. I
Uh,
don't know.
I enjoyed Iron Man 3. I get it.
I know. I know.
One of his most recent films, which was really, really fucking good, is called The Nice Guys. I actually spoke about it in a few podcasts in the back a while back. Came out in 2016. Really, really good. So knowing this, and by the way, he also starred in the original Predator. If you
Right.
could, yeah. So he was oh gosh, what is his name? He was Hawkins. He was Hawkins in the original Predator. The dude with the glasses who always had the mama jokes.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So that was him. And obviously, that type of humor has not left him in any way. So,
Really?
really. Well, I mean, the nice guy was, yes, and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, all those, they're graphic, as in, almost Pulp Fiction like, in the sense that there's
Okay.
graphic nature and not silliness, but that humor as well. But no, I'm not trying to compare the two. Just kind of along those rounds. Anyway, so the point is,
Oh, okay. Thank you.
get to Predator. Knowing all this, I'm like, Predator made by Shane Black? I'm
This
fucking
gotta be
in.
gold.
Exactly. This is easy. I'm in. Give it to me. Movie came out. I heard not very good things about it. I was like, whatever. People fucking they don't understand Shane Black. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Uh, no, this is shit. This is absolute shit. Okay. It is absolute garbage. Okay. Um, I don't even know where to begin with the dumb shit that's in this movie.
Oh,
Okay. First
okay.
off, Olivia Munn's in it. Okay. And I don't think of Olivia Munn as one of the best actresses, but at all. And not to say she's a horrible actress, but she's not. She's okay. You know, she has what. She was the best
Okay.
actor in this film.
Wow.
Okay, so it starts with that. Okay. I can't even tell you the
Oh
plot. Like
shit.
we watched this last night. I can't even tell you the plot. I'm like, I'm not even sure what are they trying to do. There was an action sequence where cars were rolling into a child's or like a football field in like a city. People were jumping out of the cars and trying to, and I was just like, I'm not even sure what's going on here. It's just,
What?
yeah, it's incomprehensible. It turns out I found out that there were a lot of reshoots, and while we have experienced films that have had reshoots and that actually do pretty well. This is not one. This is the bad side of
I
reshoots.
almost coughed out Suicide Squad, but no.
Yes. Did they have reshoots? They did have reshoots. So
They
yes,
did have
two
reasons.
examples of poor movies thanks to reshoots. I'm not sure. So I've read a couple of things on it, and it sounds like the original cut, which is called the Shane Black cut, or we're gonna call that now in this particular podcast, um, was not what the studio wanted and wanted to go a different route for whatever reason. And so a lot of the scenes from the trailers didn't even make it to the film, stuff like that. And
Really?
yes, it is. There is a so here's here's one thing that just kind of sums it up. Okay, there are predator dogs, of
Oh
which
god.
our heroes, quote unquote, befriend and use to fight. Okay, it is almost Transformers level of crazy, stupid shit. You know what I mean? Without all the visual awesomeness of Transformers.
Excuse you?
The well, I mean, in the sense that I mean visually, cinematography and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, half the time you can't tell which Transformer is which, but I mean, overall, his movies do look good. The Transformers, for the most
A
part.
lot of explosions.
Well, there you go. There was very little explosions here, but anyway, it's just it is a horrible film, dude. I cannot find.
Really?
Yeah, there's just
That is so
nothing.
heartbreaking to hear.
It is because I was interested and I was like, for whatever reason, I was not defending it, but I was like, it'll be all right. It can't be as bad as they think.
Did you
It's.
like Predator 2?
I did, but I do realize it was not good. Like it was okay at best, but I did enjoy
I
it.
gotta rewatch it because I remember liking it, and to this day I still say that I like it.
Yeah,
I remember watching it a lot,
me
but
too.
doesn't mean I understood everything.
Yeah, I remember seeing a whole bunch. And I remember enjoying it, but then I remember like I stumbled upon it one point. I was like, "Oof, this is a little rough," in my older age, and I don't think I finished it. Did you see Predators, which is like the one before this one?
Oh,
So,
I anything after Alien, was it Alien versus Predator?
mhm.
I haven't watched anything.
Okay, I will definitely recommend. It's called Predators, like plural. I will definitely recommend that
Yeah,
one. That is actually a
really?
very good. Yes, that is actually a very good film. It sticks to the whole hunter aspect of the Predator. And yeah, I could definitely recommend it.
That's
The action is great. The actors are great. Um, it's I don't want to spoil anything because you really should see it, but it's really
okay.
good. Like that one, I can definitely. All right, I'm gonna take one of those really back. It's really good. you know,
Because Alien versus Predator really let me down.
this is not in any way related to that. There's no alien here except for the Predator.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Other than him.
Okay.
But yeah, no, definitely, I can definitely recommend that film because that one surprised me. I saw it in the theater and I was like, I'll go see it. What's the worst that can happen? I walked out of like, damn, that shit was good. It was better than I
Okay.
was expecting. Could be because I
Is it
had
on
low
HBO?
expectations. Unfortunately, no. I mean, it could be, but I didn't look. Unfortunately,
No.
right now they have the shit one, which I cannot recommend to anyone.
Wow.
To anyone. It was just horrible. And
I can't remember what video I watched that I think it could have been Everything Wrong With.
Predators.
You know CinemaSins? Well, I think I watched the Everything Wrong With that movie, and I was like, what the?
Oh, I cannot even. I almost want to watch that because
You
that would,
definitely
yeah,
should.
I want
Definitely.
to see it because I'm like, I can probably check off everything that I've said and said this is.
Most likely.
People make dumb decisions. It's one of those type of things where people just make dumb decisions. You know what I mean? And it's like this is not what this was about. You know. Oh, they also have a group of military guys, and they're trying to rekindle that original Predator with the military guys. You have the original soundtrack, the do 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 do. You know that same thing from the very first one.
Yeah.
I'm probably doing a horrible rendition of it, but
The
but I mean,
GG edition.
the GG, that's right. Um, so I can see what they were trying to do, but man, it just fell so short, dude. So short. It was just disgusting. I cannot recommend it. I apologize for anyone who's seen it. I feel bad. I feel
I haven't watched it, and it'll stay like that.
bad. And that, sir, is all I have been doing.
We've done this dance for so long. Like the view? It's the only thing you'll catch tonight.
Is Batman your new boy toy? I have one too.
And we are back, guys, and it is now time for our trailer of the week. Our trailer of the week.
Trailer of the week, yes. Sorry, you kind of cut up there for me.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Internet can be a little bit funny sometimes. Our trailer of the week is a little animated film coming out by DC Animated Studios called Batman Hush. And
Yes.
this is
Oh
most
my
definitely a
God.
fan favorite.
I hope they don't mess it up like they did with the Killing Joke. God, that was creepy.
Yeah, it was creepy. Although the only thing I think the problem there is that that story was really made for print.
Well, I meant just like that one where Batman has sex with Batwoman, with Batgirl or whatever for whatever reason.
Yeah, which was never in the
Yeah.
story. Yeah.
That was really, really unnecessary. I haven't watched the movie. I really haven't.
Oh, you haven't? Shit, I should lend it to you. I own it.
I honestly, do I want to watch that movie?
I mean, no, maybe not.
There you go. Exactly.
So no, I hope that Hush is not like that at all. Although it doesn't look like it.
No,
Based on
honestly,
what I
the
saw.
trailer looks very good. Very good. It's looks as faithful as it could from what I remember reading that story.
I agree. We saw in the trailer the whole Superman and Poison Ivy moment, which was
Yes,
great in the comics. I'm
can't
like,
wait.
it was so
Can't
good.
wait.
It was so good. I was like, oh man, that's when I saw it. I was like, yes, they are doing
Now,
it.
okay, I want to point this out. A lot of fans count this like, look, Batman can beat Superman, but honestly, if you really paid attention to the comic, you know that's not true.
Hmm. Yeah, it's
Because
not. This is not
Superman, yeah, he's still holding back with it.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which that's kind of what he'd do anyway, right? Because Superman is
of
too goody
course.
two shoes. Yeah.
And come on, if Superman really wanted to fight Batman, would there be anything really to stop him if he really wanted to kill him? Come on. And I absolutely love Batman, and I absolutely hate Superman. That's just a reality, guys. Get over it.
You're absolutely right. That's the truth. I mean, to be fair though, I love The Dark Knight Returns because it's just so good.
Me too. But even there, he cuts. First off, Superman is holding back.
Mhm.
Second, he cuts the fight short by faking a heart attack.
Yeah.
So
He
Yeah, you
does.
see what I'm saying?
I get it. I get it. But I love the line he gives him.
Oh yes.
You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
no, that movie is absolutely iconic. I
It's-
I own the like the double DVD like 4 hour long movie or whatever.
yes, it is so
Yes,
good, dude. It's
and
so
I've
good.
watched it several times.
As have I. I cannot watch the first one unless I know I have time to watch the second one because I'm like, I can't just watch one. I have to watch them both. There's
I
no
have to
way.
watch them both. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, if I started, I don't care if it takes me how many days because I got shit to do. I will finish that. Like yes,
It's
yes.
so good. So yeah, so Hush does look good. If I had one complaint, I think it's more, I'm hoping it's the trailer. Um, it is very dark. It has that very the original animated series really dark look to it. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, if
Yeah.
there's one thing I can say about the Hush series with Jim Lee as the animator is it was vibrant, dude. It was a
Yes, it
vibrant
was.
looking comic. So that's my only nitpick. And it's just from the
Honest,
trailer. It could just be like
honestly, the art on those comics absolutely.
it's ridiculous.
And that story arc, I mean, with Jim Lee, God, it's just amazing. Love those covers. Love the whole art.
Yes, yes. Jim Lee is. I'm sorry because he's not. He hasn't passed away.
Yeah, he's
I
not
don't
dead.
know. Yeah. Is great as an animator, and of course, Jeff Loeb as well.
Yes,
This was obviously his one of his written stories, which I think Jeff Loeb has probably some of the best Batman stories
I would agree.
ever. Like we were mentioning off air, Long Halloween was
Yeah,
is
yes.
probably my favorite of all time.
Which,
Um,
to those who may not know, that is where they got the base for the Dark Knight.
it is. It is. Yeah, you're right.
And if you've seen the movie, once you read the book, you'll see the moments like, oh, this is in the movie.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. You're absolutely right. And it's great. It's great. I,
You know what's the best part about it? It's a detective story arc.
hmm
The Long
Exactly.
Halloween, it's a straight story, like detective from beginning to end. I think there's a few fights, but they're short, and it just starts and ends because the whole thing is just a mystery, and that is it's just so. I love that story.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's one thing that a lot of I think a lot of Batman fans realize is that as Batman, his job isn't to fight. His job
The world's greatest detective.
correct. And when he does have to fight, the reason he was so special, like so trained, wasn't so he can hold his own in the fight, was so he can stop the fight quick. You know what I mean? And that was the whole deal. You know what I mean? And as any great fighter would say, the point is to not fight. Bruce Lee, his point was no, you want to fight quickly and not and be done. You know what I mean? You want to end the fight quick. And so yeah, that's why I think that's perfect in that storyline because no, they don't have to. He doesn't have to sit there and have a 12 round fight with someone. And that's honestly what if you go. I'm getting very nerdy here, but if you get to the whole Bane series, that's what ends up kind of being his downfall because he's worn out by that point. By the time he gets to.
Actually, I own that series too.
Oh
I've
really?
read through the Nightfall series.
The
Yes.
Nightfall, yeah, nice, nice. I'll have to go.
My wife actually got me that series.
Oh, nice. That's the one I don't have. I've wanted it, but I don't have it.
I don't have the hardcover of it, but I have the whole story arc.
It's a good series. I've read it.
Runpole Valley and everything.
Yeah, I definitely read it. I don't own it. I need to fix that error.
Yes, yes, you very much do.
So that's our trailer of the week, guys. Now
Batman
let's
Hush.
Batman Hush. Now let's get into our news items, and I guess I'll just start first with speaking of Batman.
Oh God, we're gonna jump into this
Oh, we sure
immediately.
are.
Okay. Oh
Uh,
shit.
Robert Pattinson, also known as hashtag Team Edward, is going to be starring in the Matt Reeves film.
Okay. As far as I know, he's the front runner. They haven't settled yet.
I don't know. There have been way too many articles. So let me just read this because this is
Just
from.
look. I think it was GameSpot
Oh,
that says that there's there's two. There's the I think it's Ryan Holt, but I could be like
Actually,
messing up that name really bad.
I'm gonna get this from Variety magazine or Variety.com, I should say. Robert Pattinson to play the Batman for Matt Reeves uh, and Warner Brothers. Okay, so he's going from sex symbol to bat symbol. Wow. Sources tell Variety that Robert Pattinson is in negotiations, okay, to play the Batman in Matt Reeves' forthcoming superhero film, which hits theaters June 25th, 2021. While sources say that the deal is not done yet, Pattinson is a top choice and is expected to close
There you go.
shortly.
Yeah,
Uh,
because it's him and Nicholas Holt who played Beast in the X-Men's future.
oh, yes, Beast. Gotcha. Oh,
Yeah,
he's been in all of them. Yeah.
it's those two. It's him and honestly, I don't like either pick. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like either pick. It has nothing to do with the fact that he played a shiny vampire. No, because
Although
he's done other
doesn't help
movies.
him.
It really doesn't, but that's beside the point. It's he's been in Harry Potter. He's been in a few other movies that I haven't watched, but I know he's been in other movies. But every time I see him, he's like acting the exact same way. I don't think he has the presence to be Batman. He doesn't have that intimidation factor to him, you know?
So I have seen one film that is not a Twilight film that he starred in.
That's not Harry Potter either.
That no, no, it's not Harry Potter. It's not Harry Potter either. It's oh gosh, what is the name of it? It is called Water for Elephants, I think it was called. Oh gosh, I'm losing it here.
It sounds. What is it? What is it that Dreamtwister calls that? That sounds like one of
It
these.
is Frou Frou.
Yes, that is exactly what it sounds like.
To be fair, I cannot in any way disagree with that statement. But no, it's actually more of a romantic story. It takes place in 1930s. It stars Robert Pattinson, of course, Reese Witherspoon, Christoph Waltz, which is one of my favorite actors, which is probably why I went to see it, or I rather why I saw it. I didn't go to the theater. And of course, Reese Witherspoon, she's a lovely actress as well. Anyway, it stars in the 30s, whatever. The point is, regardless of that story,
Oh,
um,
getting bored just hearing about it.
yeah, I can definitely say that I am curious. Okay, I'm not gonna completely write all. I'm not, if I were to take out the Twilight films altogether and just use this, I would say that I'm curious. Nicholas Hoult, on the other hand, he's been in other stuff as well, but I've seen him in anyway.
I don't know.
I don't know about
Like,
Nicholas Hoult. I really don't know about him. But Robert
this feels
Pattinson,
like going back and casting what is it? Like George Clooney back in or some shit. Just something that
oh,
just doesn't match.
it doesn't. I agree. I'm not sure. See, the problem with casting the role of Batman is you're casting two roles. You have to have someone who can be fearsome as Batman, even though he's wearing a cowl, and also be someone who is who is
Charismatic.
believable, yeah, exactly, as a Bruce Wayne. Um, and so that's difficult. It's very, very difficult. Um,
I mean, everybody loves Christian Bale as Batman, but can you say the same for his Bruce Wayne though? Because let's just be honest, he looks like a psycho 24/7.
he does, and I kind of dug that. He reminds. Did you ever see American Psycho? Because he played American Psycho.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I haven't seen the
Yeah.
movie, but I know he played American Psycho. Which
Yeah.
it just, every time I saw him on screen with his suit and whatnot, I was like, hey, this dude is a psycho. Like,
Yeah.
who can question that?
You can almost see him snapping at one point. So I can agree with that. George Clooney was horrible in both Batman
Yes,
and Bruce Wayne.
that was.
Yeah, it's no bueno.
God, that was painful.
Val
Val
Kilmer
Kilmer failed as Bruce Wayne.
as Bruce Wayne, I agree. As Batman, he was okay, except for the rubber nipples. Nobody wanted that.
Yeah, but that's not his fault.
The
But he
correct.
had zero personality as Bruce Wayne.
No, yeah, it was disgusting. It was just horrible.
Might as well just have a doll doing the acting.
Yes, exactly. Oh man. And then of course Michael Keaton.
I think
I
he
have to.
nailed it all around. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he definitely nailed Batman. He definitely nailed Batman. I'm trying to remember his Bruce Wayne. I remember him being a little bit, I don't say clumsy, but a little bit awkward.
He was more on
He
the
was
playful
yeah, he was
side.
more of an awkward Bruce Wayne,
Yeah,
which can
yeah,
be understandable if that's the angle you're going, because obviously he's not used to being the rich person that he's supposed to
right.
be. So I don't know. Or in this case, he wasn't used to being.
You know what's funny? Val Kilmer took that awkward setting and just cranked it up to 11 and just went like full awkward.
He did. He did. He most definitely did. Oh man, but so because of that, I am curious. I don't have any high hopes for this film. I mean, I have like very little trust in DC films
At
anyway.
this point.
Aquaman recently kind of, brought it
You know
back.
what? Just because I know this will trigger the shit out of Sparrow Wolf, what did you... Shout out to Sparrow Wolf, I love you.
Shout out to Spider.
What did you think about Batfleck?
Hey, just having Ben Affleck as Batman, I was okay with him. He wasn't like, how do I say this? In Batman versus
Oh,
Superman,
Sparrow's gonna love this.
I'm sure he is. Um, he was okay. I didn't like the fact that he was killing people, as Batman, but
Right.
the Batman himself was all right. It was still very CG, especially in the action sequences, which there was nothing you could do. He has to be CG. He has to move like the other people are moving. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
didn't care for the fight between him and Superman. Um, Honestly, everything in the early film, in the very beginning of the film, I bought. When you saw the ending of Man of Steel through Bruce Wayne's eyes, dude, I was in. I was like, holy shit, this is gonna be great. It literally grasped me at that point. It's like, yes, and I can see where his anger was coming from. My only issue is that it jumped in time, and I'm like, okay, at some point he has to be able to figure out that this is a setup. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. So everything
Please,
going,
let's not,
yeah, that's
because
what
if
I'm
we
saying.
start, we
Yeah,
won't stop.
yeah. Um, so I think he was okay. Is what I'm saying. He was okay overall. Okay.
Okay.
Would I have want to see more of him? The fight scene in the warehouse was
God, that was
enough.
so good.
Yeah, that was enough for me to say I
So
wanted to
good.
see his chance. I wanted to see him. Want to see what he brought to the table. Um, but no, no. I mean, and then
Like,
then
yeah, he
Justice League
went
came
too
out.
far killing people, and I agree.
Yeah, then Justice League came out, and now he became a joke, and I'm like, no, get out of here.
Oh, I didn't watch that movie. As soon as somebody told me that, like, yeah, Batman is there to like just deliver one-liners, and I was like, what?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm done. I don't have to
it's
watch it.
it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Um, so yeah,
I
if I look
I
at that
like.
Batman, it's no good. The Justice League one, horrible. The other one was okay.
Okay,
So
right. I'm talking up to Batman v Super. I'm moving only Batman v Super. Where else was he Batman?
he wasn't. Oh, and, Justice League. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, but I haven't watched that movie. Um, I didn't think he was. I don't think he was badly casted. I mean, other than the stigma of you know Daredevil and
That was
Daredevil, right? Was there
Daredevil
anything
was
else?
yeah. No, it was Daredevil.
Yeah, it was Daredevil.
Daredevil was not his fault.
God, that movie was so bad though.
It was. It was horribly written. The editing was horrible. It's just that it was not his fault. He did what he could with what he was given. Um,
Yeah. Um, I was okay with it.
with him
At
as well.
first,
I
I was
agree.
very against it. Once I watched the movie, I was okay with it.
I agree.
And but by the way, I did I didn't like the fight between Batman and Superman, but I did like the suit. That armor suit was.
It looked like straight out of the comic. So yes.
They
Yeah.
ripped it off the page
Yeah.
and just put it in that movie.
Yeah.
That is the only good thing about that whole movie.
That in the warehouse sequence.
Yes, that warehouse sequence. God, it was just so brutal.
It was, which is that's what I've always said. I was like, I get it. He doesn't kill people. I mean, he will
But
hurt
he's
the
gonna
hell out of
knock
people.
them
Yeah, exactly.
out, I mean,
So
honestly,
I just,
realistically, Batman should have killed a bunch of people at this point because knocking people out and concussions and shit. You know what I'm saying?
it could lead to brain damage. Yeah, I got you.
Whew, let's not
But
even get into the games. Have you seen how he takes people out in those games? Good lord. He shoots them with rubber bullets from a cannon in his car.
Yeah, and then they go
What?
flying. I'm like, okay, so that has to be at least a rib. Some of the spleen has been ruptured. There's some internal
Can do
damage going on.
headshots.
Yeah,
Can do headshots with it. Those people. Anyways, that's that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Batman is not. Is not as.
I don't know if Robert Pattinson can pull it off. I don't have
I don't.
high hopes for him.
I
I'm
don't.
just
I don't.
curious to see what Matt Reeves brings to it. Because if there's one thing I can definitely say, when I heard Michael Keaton was going to be doing it, I felt the same way. I was like,
I heard that a lot of people felt this. I was too young. I don't remember. But I heard. I've read that a lot of people felt the same way.
yeah, it was the Mr. Mom. No,
Right.
or Beetlejuice. No, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like,
Maybe Granted, Beetlejuice was
I mean, yeah, it was great, but that person
right.
is going to be Batman. Yeah,
It's
it's like, yeah.
Batman.
So
But hey,
yeah,
he nailed it.
he did.
Oh hey, maybe this guy will surprise it. God forbid. God forbids. Oh, I can't. No,
Like I said, I have
his
little
face
faith in
just
DC.
pissed me
Yeah.
off. Whew. So, anyways, next on those we have Red Dead Online introduced full role-playing system this summer, and I'm reading this straight out of Polygon. Apparently, they're adding like some class-based system with the bounty hunter, the collector, and the trader. Red Dead Online has announced a new surprise update today, which dated May 14th. I don't even know. Oh, 3 days.
Tuesday.
Yeah, so yeah, this is 3 days ago. And Rockstar also shared future editions that will be in the works throughout the rest of the spring and summer. The large content update, which does not have an exact date announced, is scheduled for this summer. Players will be able to progress in 3 roles, either by focusing on one at a time to advance quickly, or all 3 slowly by mixing and matching playstyles. The first of these roles, the bounty hunter, hunts down wanted criminals. The second role, the collector, searches the world for treasures and sells their finds. Finally, the trader builds business at their camp. These are just the first roles to be added into the game, and we can expect more to come throughout the lifespan of Red Dead Online. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now that I haven't heard anything good really from Red Dead Online.
All right. I played it.
So
It was all right.
I have too, and right, I felt it, but I feel the same way about Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. Like I played it, it's alright, but some people absolutely, well, apparently a lot of people
Yeah.
absolutely love the goddamn thing.
Clearly,
So,
the game is not for us.
right. So I mean, Red Dead Online for the same way. It's okay. I'm my own cowboy. I'll go around, fuck shit up, or hunt,
It's
murder my
interesting.
bears.
It's interesting. I mean, I enjoyed. I created my character. I had a very weird looking character, but I created my character, and it was fun doing some of the stuff. I did some of the missions with other people, and it just I don't know. I think by the time I got to the online part though, I was really Red Deaded out, dude, because the main game
I haven't
weighed on
finished
me,
it yet.
dude. Oh, dude, I don't know where you're at, but let me tell you, it
Sitting like
weighed
at
on me.
55%.
Oof, yeah, yeah. That game is life. It's the life
Listen,
of a I don't know.
I,
Gotta
and I
check
go
it.
around doing the extra stuff like side quests and shit. I love doing that.
I ain't gonna lie, I did too, but at some point it's like there comes a time to me that I'm just like, I need to move on. My God, I need to move on. And then when I finally got to the point where I realized I'm at the end, oh my God, the end was just like I was like, oh my God, this is never gonna end. It was just ridiculous. Let me tell you, my hats off, or I don't know, cheers to Rockstar because
I'll drink to
definitely,
that.
yeah, they definitely a they made so much content for $60. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? This is Witcher
It
3
is.
levels of shit. You know what I mean? And they didn't have to. I mean, they could have easily taken a good section of that and made a DLC. So, and they didn't, and so I mean, granted, they had the Red Dead Online, which is what they're planning to do anyway to make money going forward. But man, they gave great content there. I mean, I complain only because it really got too long, but it's not. It's because of me, I don't have much time, and I just really wanted to move on, but I didn't want to not finish, so that was my issue. But yeah, no, I mean, I can see Red Dead Online slowly growing the way that GTA did. You know, in the sense where it's growing in the background. We don't even know about it until it suddenly hits a milestone of 50 million copies sold. Like, whoa, when did that happen? You know what I mean? And then it just kept going. It's at 80. I think it's 100. It's 100 something at this point. It's ridiculous.
Isn't it like one of the games like the most sold or some shit at this
Of
point?
all
Because
time, yeah,
there's
it could be. Yeah, yeah.
um, I love Red Dead Redemption 2. I've been playing it the way I played Skyrim. You know, I avoid to do the main mission as little as possible unless I absolutely have to, which in Skyrim that really never happens. But like I'll go around exploring and stuff, and I had a moment. I was hunting. I was looking for shit to hunt, and I stumbled upon a cabin, just this random cabin in the middle of nowhere, and there's smoke coming out of it. So I figured there's like there's a fire going on inside. You know, there's people inside. Let's go in. Let's rob these people. Whatever. Let's see what I can do. I go inside and everybody's dead. There's a giant hole in the ground where the table used to be, and there's bodies all around there. So there was an explosion. I was like, what the hell is this? And I look in the center of the hole, this little crater right here. There's a meteorite. A meteorite fell on these people.
That's great. That
A
is great.
meteorite fell out of the sky and killed these people, and I mean that is the level of stuff that I found in Skyrim, which is one of the reasons I absolutely love Skyrim. And I understand why they keep remaking it for like
Everything.
Tamagotchis at this point.
Yeah.
It's because of random stuff like that. Because you could just go off in whatever direction, and you would go off in an adventure. Period. And that's the feeling that I get out. That's why I don't mind that as long as the game is, and I know it, even though I really have to get back into it. I don't mind going off and doing random stuff and covering just random houses with meteorites in them.
Yeah, there is. I didn't run into like I finished a game and that's just kind of listening to stuff that people ran into. There's like you have to, it's like at a certain house, and this isn't Red Dead. A certain house has to be a certain time of night. There's like a spacecraft that comes by. It's like,
What?
yes,
Are you
I
serious?
swear. I haven't seen it, but it's out there.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like I never saw it when I was playing, but yeah.
I need to check that out.
But apparently that's
I
a
love
thing.
that stuff. I
Yeah,
love that stuff.
yeah. So you should get back into Red Dead and get into Red Dead Online.
Yeah,
While
well, I
you're at
mean,
it.
I gotta finish Resident Evil 2. I gotta finish Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and I also have to finish Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't not full at all. Not to mention, I still gotta keep grinding in Final Fantasy 14 and Warframe, which I'm playing somewhat on the side there because God, I love Warframe.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
All right.
and obviously Overwatch because I gotta play at least one.
Yes, you need to get on to complain about Overwatch every time. Because I love the way you complain about Overwatch.
I will have to be playing Overwatch fully about Overwatch.
My next piece is Super Mario Maker 2. Brings multiplayer, Luigi, Toad, and Toadette just for fun. It's going to support 4-player multiplayer, which means more playable characters. This came right out of Nintendo's Direct that happened on the 15th. I saw it being not very long. I think it's like a
I
12
don't
minute.
actually have a Switch. My wife does.
Oh.
Yeah, it was her Christmas.
The original Super Mario Maker, which was on the Wii U, allowed players to go through levels as different characters if they had a corresponding amiibo. Super Mario Maker 2 lets users play as Luigi, Toad, and Toadette out of the box. The direct showed competitors racing through traps, hazards to be the first to complete a level, but also teaming up to take down bosses when that suited their mutual interests as well. This looks to, I'm trying to see the games that it includes, which I don't have.
Is this Mario Maker?
This is Super Mario Maker 2.
Oh,
The
sorry,
first,
Super Mario Maker 2.
yeah, the first Mario Maker was on the Wii U, which no one owned. So,
I heard that they had enough levels in the first one too. It would take like billions of years to play through all of them.
yes, it's
It was like an
ridiculous.
insane number like that.
Ridiculous amount of of levels, and which is great. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, you
get
gotta
the
give it to people's creativity, man.
hell
People
yeah,
love that stuff.
hell yeah. This one here is going to include Super Mario Brothers. The templates will be Super Mario Brothers 3, which is my favorite, Super Mario World, which is my second favorite, Super Mario Brothers U, which was
Mario
the Wii U,
World, yes.
and Super Mario Brothers 3D World levels. So the templates that you can use to make the levels will look like that.
Let me
Uh,
ask you something. Do
yeah,
you ever find the Dream World in Super
World?
Mario World?
No, I don't think I ever did. I think I knew about it. Or maybe I did once because I can, like in my mind's eye, I can almost imagine it.
Wait, I'm not saying this wrong, right? This is the one that came out with the Super Nintendo.
Yes. Well, the
Okay.
Yoshi was introduced.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. 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 You don't remember the Dream World? It was a secret level. I don't remember what the hell you had to do at this point. It's been way too long since I ever played that, but you had to do something, and it would get to this. I think it was a Star World first, and then the Dream World, and then the whole world would change once you cleared it all.
I think I remember the Star World. I remember some world that was it was like in a cave, right?
I
Like the
think the
cave was.
first one was. I can't remember that. I can't
Yeah.
remember. Right.
I
But
kind of
I know
remember
that the
that.
levels were like insanely difficult, like
Yes.
stupidly so. But my young dumbass self had enough resilience to eventually power myself through it. And yeah, it changed the world how it looked and the colors and everything. It was really weird stuff.
Well, that's essentially what I plan to do because I kind of want to get this game. For the record, it comes
Really?
out yes, comes out because I wanted to get the first Mario Maker, but I didn't have a Wii U. I wasn't gonna buy a Wii U just for that game, and now it's coming here, and I'm like, hell yeah, this is what I want. Comes out June 28th. I want to make one of the most difficult levels. You know what I mean? I just want to make, and I also want to play some of those difficult levels. I love playing Mario Brothers. It's one of my favorite games
Really?
of all time. Oh yeah. Super Mario Brothers, especially three. Three is my
Hey,
favorite.
you know what it didn't have?
What?
Easy mode.
It did not have easy mode. It did not have easy mode. No easy mode. What they had was easy levels, but they were
They
just
had
levels. Yeah,
some easy
yeah.
levels. Sure.
But yeah, man, that's definitely on my list, and I'm actually going to share the link to the direct's like I said, 12 minutes because it's just talking about this one game, and it's pretty good stuff. It kind of shows you all the first off the templates, how you can easily build. It looks pretty intricate as to some of the little tools you can use to make the game. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward
Did
to
you
it.
ever play Little Big Planet?
I did. I had Little Big Planet 1. I don't think I ever got 2, but I did
I
have the
think
first
I
one.
bought my wife the third one, but we never played it. I really like those games. The first one I really enjoyed it. It was
And
something different.
there were some awesome user-made levels out there. I don't know if you tried
Oh
any of them.
yes.
Oh my
Oh yes.
gosh, ridiculous. I was looking at it, it's like, I don't even know how they made this. I have no clue. I'm like, I know the templates because I tried to make a level, which I called Nick's room, was my son's room.
Oh, I think
Um,
I remember you talking about
yeah,
that.
yeah. And it was very simple. Like it was so funny because I spent hours making this one level, right? And then I'm like, all right,
Listen,
let's do it. And then I went to play it. I was done like in a few seconds. Like, fuck.
listen. Okay. I took class. I took 2 years of game design. Okay, and let me tell you that everything in game development, absolutely every single step takes a very long time, and it's extremely fucking tedious to do. Okay.
Sir, I I know. Well, it was that game that showed me I am not a game developer.
Oh
I don't
my
have the
god.
patience to spend making the edge of my son's chair look just right, and of course you have to redo it because the shit doesn't come out. We're like, oh fuck, I didn't even mean to. So just delete it, do it over again.
Listen, man. Oh, I think I remember I spent like 50 hours in 1 week on one model, and I didn't even texture it. It was not animated. It was literally just the model, not animated, nothing. Just the model. And that took me like forever to do.
I can imagine, sir.
So
I can
yeah, whew, fun times. Okay, so big piece of news. This is, I mean, I think this is really major. But
imagine.
Microsoft and Sony establishing a partnership for gaming and cloud services.
Unreal.
Have you heard about this?
I have. You actually posted it on the group, or posted it. I think you sent it to me, and I almost dropped my
I
phone.
sent it to
I was
you.
like, wait, has hell frozen over?
I
Are
don't.
pigs flying?
Somewhere in the world there's a pig flying.
Exactly.
Somewhere in hell there's a snowball just sitting there chilling, all cool and shit, because this is happening.
Evidently, yeah.
Hey, Xbox. Okay, I don't think the Xbox and the PlayStation were actually named in the announcement,
Mhm.
but I mean, you have to assume that if it's gaming and cloud services, obviously they're gaming platforms. But yeah, they revealed this week that they have established a strategic partnership, reading this off of GameSpot. The two companies plan on sharing technology and information going forward and build upon shared infrastructure for some of their future initiatives. Which, honestly, if that doesn't spell gaming to you, I don't know what else would.
I know. What else do they do?
So, see, nowhere in the announcement are Xbox or PlayStation, but its wording implies what I'm just saying, that their partnership will specifically focus on consumer entertainment platforms like gaming.
Wow,
This is just, yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, they're just going on to like specify that they're out to jointly develop future cloud solution with Microsoft Azure. That is, and that Sony will be using that for its own game and content. Didn't they buy a streaming service for this?
Yes, Gaikai. Yes, they did.
Right. I
The
guess
writing was, yeah.
that doesn't matter.
Well, I don't think it matters. I'm sure it's a tool that they'll still keep. Maybe even try to utilize along with the cloud thing. That's interesting though. I'm
It
glad.
is.
I mean, I'm
Listen,
very
I
glad.
am
Yeah.
super. I just hope that this leads to what everyone else was playing. Get it over.
Oh, you broke up there. You said when everyone else.
What everyone else wants, which is crossplay.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Between the two consoles. Well, between all consoles at this point. Like,
yeah.
I understand why PC is not usually included, especially with the shooters, because of the thing. But I think it should still be an option because you have the option of using mouse and keyboard. I don't know if all games support it, but I know the PS4 itself does. You can use mouse and keyboard on it.
Yeah, Xbox
Have
as well. Yeah.
USB ports. I crossplay. It's the obvious next step.
It has to be.
If it doesn't lead to it, the world will be disappointed with both of these companies.
I agree. I agree. I think this is the groundwork being laid for
Baby,
that.
my wife is home.
Oh, what is up, Mrs. Reaper?
Mad Dog says hi. Boy says, "What's up, Miss Reaper?"
No, I think this is definitely the groundwork. The groundwork being laid for it. I think it's gonna happen. Crossplay is coming. I think at some point both of these companies may eventually, everybody's been saying the consoles are dying, right? Well, there may be a line. There maybe comes a time where, yeah, it's just everything's available everywhere through cloud.
Do you think that what is it, the Stadia will become a thing? Do you think it's an actual contender to the fact that it will push Sony and Microsoft to join?
I, I honestly don't know. I think cloud gaming was already inevitable anyway, so I don't think this pushed them to move to that direction. I mean, Microsoft has been talking about cloud gaming for forever, right? Since
I
the
know.
first time they mentioned Crackdown 3.
Crackdown 3.
Yeah,
Everybody remembers Crackdown 3 and how
yeah.
beautiful it doesn't look.
Exactly. And how wonderful cloud processing
Right.
didn't help this game.
Didn't help one damn bit.
But so I don't think it in any way pushed them into it, but I think that, I mean, because I don't know, I think Stadia will be a thing. It just won't be a huge thing. You know what I mean? And that's really all I think is because they're not making games. Yes, they mentioned that they're gonna have a studio, whatever, but the studios like that come and go. It may just be easier to port a game or just have it available immediately through Stadia. So
Talking about Google.
yeah, because they're gonna they
Well,
announced like
they certainly have the money for it.
oh no, definitely, but it's also a very it's a risky bit. I mean, let's be real.
It's
Making games
super
are
competitive.
yeah, it's very
There's this
ridiculous. Yeah,
out for blood, like cutthroat business.
yep,
There's a million games being made a day. Honestly, I'm exaggerating. Last time I checked, which was a few years ago, there's 300 apps being made a day for phone
yeah,
or games.
yep.
I think what I was looking at was games. 100 games a day
Hmm.
for mobile.
It's ridiculously
And I
competitive.
think it was like 30 a day for PC. So yeah, games are being cranked out, whether they're good, bad, or anywhere else between. They're being cranked out like
It
yeah,
is ridiculous.
yeah. There's studios and developers popping up left and right. The longer we go, the more people get into the business. Doesn't mean it gets better.
No,
Because last time we had a surge in games like this that were just garbage, or I mean, was in the 80s. Of course, I don't think the same thing will happen because the internet is a fabulous thing, but it did almost
kill the
ruin
whole industry.
gaming.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, sir. My last piece.
Oh,
Skull and
okay.
Bones, the open world pirate adventure from Ubisoft, first showed back in 2017's E3, will not launch until until spring of 2020 at the
Wow.
earliest, and will not be shown off at this year's expo. That is the second such year-long delay for the game in the past year. News came during the publisher's call with investors yesterday, in which Ubisoft discussed its publishing plans going forward. Skull and Bones will now be launching after the fiscal year of Ubisoft, which ends March 2020. Um, it's a shame because I wanted to see if they were going to be bringing this game back because I was curious to see the updates that they did. But when it was originally shown off, there was a little bit of a blowback because people were like, "Oh, this is great. This is like the Pirates, Assassin's Creed Pirates, and all this stuff." And then you realize, yeah, you're not actually controlling a person; you're controlling a ship. That's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looked amazing, graphically amazing, but you're not actually controlling anybody. If you want to do something on the ship, you basically make the ship do or shoot or stuff like that. So you weren't actually controlling anybody. You were literally controlling the ship. So after
That's
that,
disappointing.
yeah, after that blowback, and then after Sea of Thieves came out, they went and delayed it because they were making changes to it. So now you're actually going to be a pirate, and you control. It's very similar to Sea of Thieves, only not as cartoony as Sea of Thieves. Very much Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed looking. You know what I mean? So when that happened, I was like, okay, well that's cool. At least they can do that. But evidently, that's taking a lot more work than they originally thought.
Obviously.
So
But
unfortunately,
wait, is it still going to be just controlling a ship?
no, they have made
Oh.
updates to now you will be the pirate. You'll be, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay. Sorry. All right,
So,
this beer is kicking in.
no, you're fine. You're fine. But
Woo!
yeah, you can see how that being such a big change can definitely push things
Yeah,
back. Yeah,
warrant a delay.
yeah.
Again, I don't mind delays as long as it make the game better. That said, I don't. I mean, this is gonna be on PC as well, and am I supposed to be excited over it?
Well, Ubisoft games do come to PC versus was it Uplay? So I mean, I
Oh
guess it's coming
yes,
to PC. I would assume
yes.
it's coming to PC.
I might check. I might look into it, but I'm not really a big PC gamer, even though I do have PC games. Honestly, the main one I own is Overwatch because the public test rooms
Hmm.
get test the new characters and shit first there.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that is they do. Well, I mean, this is coming to console. That definitely will come to console. It's just who knows
Oh,
when.
okay.
Yeah. That, sir, is my last piece.
Well, I got two pieces.
Oh boy.
Okay. First off, Game of Thrones creators to helm upcoming Star Wars movie. Oh, oh my God. How do we feel about this?
Sir, I realized that we left a certain part out of our what we've been doing.
Oh, that's true. We
Yeah.
really did.
So
We didn't
episode,
jump into it, but I guess we'll take this opportunity and dive
yeah,
right in it.
right in it. This is head first. Um, it is clear that the writers of Game of Thrones have, I don't want to say they're phoning it in, but they're kind of
We
phoning it
dropped
in.
the ball.
Yeah, they're definitely rushing things.
Yes.
And that's the one complaint I've had of last season, and is a huge. I mean, last season felt a little rushed. This season, it's like 3 times that. It's like, holy
They
shit,
grabbed the
how
plot
the
and started sprinting towards the finish line.
Oh my God. And it's just like, why are they doing this? Why would you not spread it out longer? Why would you want to end the show that so many people are watching? Well, it turns out the creators are done. They want to move on to other projects. It was literally something that was announced
Apparently to a galaxy far, far away.
a galaxy far, far away. And so the show, unfortunately, has to suffer because these fuckers want to move on, move on to better stuff.
Okay, now that we brought it up, since we should have back when we were on the what we did.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. This Sunday.
Yeah.
Today's Friday, the 17th. The 19th is the very last episode. Game of Thrones. How do you feel about the show thus far?
For this season, I mean, I still love the show going before the season. This season has definitely made it. It has definitely changed it from one of the best shows to just a good show. Because this season, unfortunately, it's literally going to tarnish the rest of the show. It's like, how can I ever go back? I own seasons 1 through 7 on Blu-ray. How can I ever go back to watch this all just to know of the inevitable poor ending that we're coming to? And so, I feel like I should say this because I feel like a lot of people aren't saying this, and that is, I'm not upset. Spoilers here for Game of Thrones. I'm not upset that
Major spoilers.
and I'm sure everybody who's wanted to watch it has already watched it. I'm not upset that Daenerys has gone dark side on us. All right, I don't care about that. If that's the choice and that's how the story is going to go, I'm fine with it. But it's got to be earned, right? It has to be something that's earned, and I do not feel in any way that change was earned, and it falls squarely on the fact that this whole season has gone rushed. She was literally joking around with uh freaking Jon Snow in the north, talking about whatever 3 episodes ago. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Here we are 3 episodes later, which in Game of Thrones timeline is usually, you know, it's not that long. Here
No,
it
it's
feels
not.
like it feels like it's month. I mean, they're trying to say this
Like
is
it's
months
just
later.
jumping from one week to another. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like
And I'm like,
what, like from one scene to the next. Like so much time went by. Really?
exactly. So we have to just assume that that's the case. And then the problem with that is when you're jumping that quickly, you're leaving plot holes all over the place. And it's just like yeah, because it's like time gaps now are happening, and maybe there's some things that we as the viewers can view and say, okay, we can fill in because we're smart enough. We should be able to fill in what the hell's going on. Okay, sure, that can possibly happen, but when you do it in one episode 13 times, it's like now I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what made her make that choice. I have to now grasp at straws to say I guess this is it. I guess it has to be the reason because what else could it be? So that's what I mean to say. It's not earned for someone who's been developed, and let me tell you, Daenerys is not the only character who's suffered because of this. Okay, but
Right.
she's obviously
It's just the more blatant one.
the extremely blatant one. Okay, Jamie had a turn in one sentence that just undid everything that he's done for the entire season, right? And then I'm like, am I supposed to buy this? Is this what I'm supposed to just buy this now? So that's the whole deal, and it's like they're rushing. It's rushed, and because of that, it's shit. Literally, it's. I'm sorry, but it's shit now
Okay.
because of it.
Okay. The first 2 episodes of this season, I loved them. They were slow. The reunions were slow coming as people started getting to Winterfell, building up for the Night King attack.
Hmm.
Um, it you know, the bonds that were created with with the knighting of which, by the way, if you didn't catch a major spoilers alert before, you did so now. With the knighting of Brienne and everything, I thought it was great. Love those first two episodes. So you gave me two full episodes of reunion and slow moments, which is again completely fine. And you get to what's supposed to be the biggest battle of the dead and the living in one, albeit the longest battle ever,
Mhm.
one episode. No.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. It's like I'm like, don't get me wrong. I was excited when it happened, but then when you look back at it, it's like it happens, and you look back at it and you go, "Wow, that was fast." You know what I mean?
Yes. I ended the episode with a headache, and I gladly would have stayed with that headache for a week should you have left it in a cliffhanger that continued the battle on the next episode.
I agree.
Wouldn't mind that at all. Nope. Night King is dead, and
Move
by
on
this
to the next
point,
thing,
he's huh?
and move on to the next thing.
Yeah, like at this point, he's decidedly dead. There's no theories about like, oh, he's gonna come back. Like he dead.
Hmm.
He gone. He dead. Let's move on. Cersei's over there. Let's wreck her shit up. Yeah. The armies are weak and this and that. Sure, whatever. This is the second biggest battle in history. Hell, the first 10 minutes of that fight was over. It started and it ended. Everything else was overkill.
We're talking about the last episode, all right? The Attack
Yeah.
on King's Landing. Yeah, yeah,
As fast as my review went, that's how fast the show goes.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and let's not forget how, and I'm not sure I'm not the only one that I have been frustrated with the use of the dragons, particularly in episode 4, where you're extremely hot. So here's the contradictions that happen from between two episodes that happen back to back. Okay, one episode, they're flying a dragon. The Iron Fleet have impeccable aim, so that 3 of the spears hit their target on the 3 shots. Right. Then at that point, they're shooting and reloading extremely quick for the machinery that we're looking at. They literally destroy Daenerys' fleet or whatever fleet was there. This happens in a matter of 10 minutes, maybe. Okay,
Probably, actually, I think less.
but probably less. Yeah, I'm being generous. The following episode has a completely opposite view of this, where now they take forever to reload. The dragon is ridiculously uh, agile, right? Um, and she's clearly using it I mean, and it's extremely powerful. The blasts are blasting walls, which I literally realized that I made an excuse of this to my wife. It's like, oh, well, that's because this is blast, right? There's some sort of inertia coming out, you know what I mean? And then I thought,
What?
yeah, I know. Then I thought about it later. It's like, the fuck am I talking about? Why am I trying to make sense of any of this shit?
Okay. Let me stop you real quick.
Uh,
Okay. I maybe I'm going too far with my logic here, but I understand why Daenerys absolutely wrecked shit up the last episode with Drogon. Okay, they only hit Dragon because he was going on a predictable path in one direction. They caught him by surprise. After he was hurt, he really can't dodge. He's dead. I get that. They weren't reloading really fast. The whole fleet was there. So while you're seeing one shoot, another one is reloading.
oh, so yes, I'll definitely agree with that. I was referring to the other the other portions of it, like
Well,
when they were coming at the ships. I'm like, wow.
on the latest one where she's literally diving towards them.
Hmm.
Well, somebody told me it's because she's coming directly from above at them.
Hmm. In
But
the sunlight.
regardless, right? Regardless, let's be honest. How accurate can those things be when she knows they're coming? When the dragon at that range can literally just move 1 inch and the fucking thing will miss.
True. True.
You know what I'm saying? So I can understand how she could dominate because those weapons, yes, they could bring out a dragon, But no, they could move as fast as dragons could. They could aim at that fast. They could fire that fast. Once that first volley that everyone might have fired or not at her, then as soon as she's blowing them up, what are they gonna do?
So my
So
retort to that would be,
okay, go ahead.
then that retroactively makes the other episode before that bad because when she started diving at them,
She should have killed them
she
all,
should
and
have
I
exactly.
agree.
Yeah. So
And I agree. That is definitely they definitely messed that up. Because she could have burned them all right there.
because she did it the very next episode, which I
Yep.
get it is a few months away, and I guess we'll have to assume she was doing some sort of training while she was depressed. I don't know.
Guess
You know what I
she
mean?
wasn't leaving her room. That whole idea is wasn't leaving her room. She wasn't meeting him.
Yeah.
God, I mean,
Sir, that's how I feel about the show. How do you feel about the show?
ugh.
That says it all.
Anything like I said, the first 2 episodes loved it. Episode 3 onward, it's just total shit.
It is.
I like the concept they've introduced, but they haven't earned them.
I agree.
Yes, you get final line a million reasons why Daenerys is quote unquote justified to go batshit insane. And I can understand them if they would have developed it
Yeah.
in this season. Because the
Correct.
whole time she's pretty fucking sane.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
And
right.
people were saying how, oh, she was doing all this craziness and stuff that nobody would ever do. And it was like, this is medieval times, and she was a queen.
First off, like
You know what
what?
I
The
mean?
only thing that's obviously weird from her is the whole incest part. Like, this is my nephew, and I don't care. That's weird. But like, because
didn't
what?
care.
She wants to keep it a secret? That's not weird.
That's not weird at all.
Because no, it's not weird at all. What else is? Because she killed the person that betrayed her, which honestly, that still hurts because I really like Ferris.
Yeah, I agree. I really like Varys.
But that's still to be expected. It's a really big deal what that dude let out.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Stannis did. Stannis did that. Nobody
Right.
would call Stannis crazy until he burned his daughter.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? And even then, people were like, yeah, it's just Stannis. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
but things had already kind of been progressing to that for Stannis.
Right.
You know
They
what I mean?
just
So,
well, and even to the narrative, you could almost say that it has because of how the show's been going. She comes to this strange land where nobody appreciates her. She's risked her people. Her dragons have died. Her people have died, and she's still not appreciated. Everybody still loves Jon. And again, yes, they
that's them.
sort of kind of hinted at it, but they need to really develop it.
No, you have to, because I mean, you look at it, the beginning of the season, she's going to the north. She's there with her army to fight for the people, of Westeros against the Night Army, and they win, you know, after losing whatever, and then suddenly, no, I don't care about the people. It's
Yeah, no,
just
fuck
as
'em.
big of a turn as Jamie. I never cared for the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. That's why you became the Kingslayer.
That's why you fought the army of the dead by
Yes,
yourself because nobody
exactly.
from the Lannister army joined you.
Oh my
Fuck
God.
out of here.
My goodness.
Okay,
Thank you, writers of Game of Thrones, and please
seriously.
do
Pour
better
now
for
to
Star
hell.
Wars. Yeah,
for Star Wars. Yay. Hopefully they'll take their time with it. Well, I don't know.
yay
I don't
us.
know. Yeah, I can't say it's really looking that bright for Star Wars.
No.
I mean, regardless of how you feel of The Last Jedi, which I know that you really enjoyed,
I did.
the rest of the world absolutely hated.
I'm sorry for the rest of the world.
Collectively, this is not good.
No,
That's
I
just
agree.
my thoughts.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, my last piece of news. Rick and Morty are finally coming back. Yes!
Season 4 is it?
Holy shit! Finally!
Rick and Morty.
November.
Okay.
Rick and Morty, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you need to know.
Enough said. Oh my
Hold
God.
up.
How many years has it been?
Oh,
How
doing
many?
this? I think, right?
Yeah, because I remember. Yeah, yeah, that
I
sounds
think
about
it
right.
was roughly the same shit as Game of Thrones, except they didn't tell us. They just left us there.
Oh, just hanging. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah,
Hulu
and they
has
have a
all the episodes
countdown.
for the record.
Huh?
Hulu has all the episodes.
Oh, and I've watched them repeatedly. I've watched all the theories online and right when all the psychology aspect the show covers, which by the way, it's absolutely amazing. I love this fucking show. And it's absolutely bonkers. This show is so out there.
It is definitely a favorite. It's definitely a favorite. It's good stuff. I'm
Have you
glad.
watched it?
I've watched. I think I only watched like half because my wife does not can't stand it. So I have to watch it when like she's not here. So I
Uh,
watch it basically. But I'm only like halfway through, probably like the first season, maybe towards the end. Um, unfortunately, but no, I do enjoy it, and I can't
okay,
say anything
I'll
bad
be
about it. Yeah.
honest. Just watch it. Want to go online and like to, because obviously I'm not a psychology student, so there's like a lot of psychology involved in those beyond what I know. And like to see it and roughly understand it, because I'll be honest, I don't understand all of it. Roughly understand it. It's just it when you rewatch it, it makes it so much better.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Is there,
So
so where can I go to get where can I go to get it?
get what?
The psychology behind it.
Oh, what is Wisecrack? Wisecrack has a
Wisecrack?
lot of
Okay.
videos. Yes, they have a lot of videos on Rick and Morty, and they love covering stuff about psychology. And it's just go in depth with this.
Oh, okay. All right, so I'll have to believe that. Wisecrack.
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, if you never watch
Oh
this
yeah.
channel,
I just pressed Wisecrack and the first thing that comes up, Wisecrack, Rick and Morty. How
Rick and
about that?
Morty.
Hey,
So that's
baby.
it. That's it for my news. I have no more news.
All right, guys, so stay tuned. We'll be right back with our hot topic.
Hot topic.
All right, and we are back, guys, and we are going into our hot topic of the week.
Hot topic. Yes.
Again, our hot topic this week, guys, we are continuing our E3 preview. This week, we're going to do a deep dive into what we think and we hope will be coming from Microsoft and Nintendo on their press conferences here at E3. Sir, are you excited? What is your excitement level for E3 this year, sir?
Not very high.
And why is that?
A lot of companies
Sony's
have
not
pulled
there. Yeah.
out. Well, it's not just that. It's more than just Sony that pulled out of E3, right?
Yeah, I mean, EA kind of stepped out of E3 a few years back, but they still kind of are E3 because they do their E-Play or EA Play like a day or two ahead of schedule. Um, that's all. Nintendo's been pulled out. They've been doing directs for years now.
Right. I mean, I used to always get super excited over E3. I'm not so sure about this year. Certainly Sony pulling out. It's a big hit.
It's a huge, yeah, I agree.
You know?
It's a huge hit, and honestly, I think because Sony was there at the very first E3. As a matter of fact, it was the same
Right.
year that they came out with the console. Um, so it's going to be interesting to see how this E3 goes without them. Can it's not that it requires them in any way. I'm not trying to be a
Right.
fanboy or anything here, but can it
Not like
survive a major
E3
pillar?
dangles off of PlayStation or anything.
Correct, exactly. But it is a major pillar, right? The first pillar to go was the first pillar. It was Nintendo, but Nintendo still has a presence at E3, even though they don't actually have a conference. Now this is this a second pillar, and it's gone. Not only is it not having a press conference. It has nothing on the floor.
Really?
Yeah, the press conference is something that happens actually before the actual gaming show event begins. The gaming show actually begins Tuesday through Thursday. The conferences happen before that even begin. There's going to be nothing from PlayStation out there. It's just
Wow.
yeah, it's like it's an empty thing. So it's like yeah, the press conferences may all go fine, but it's going to be interesting seeing how the show happens and how especially people who go to the show go, man, PlayStation's not here. They're only going to see what's out there, which I guess will be
Is
okay.
Square Enix going to be there?
Square Enix is going to be there.
Okay, then yes, I'm excited.
Square Enix is actually taking Sony's slot. So the 9 p.m. slot on that Monday, which used to be Sony's slot, Square's doing. So
I'm excited.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
I'm sorry, but with the recent reveal of the trailer for Final Fantasy VII, I'm sorry.
Sir,
I'm
I want that
super
game.
excited.
I want that game to be good. It's still going to be
Me
episodic, and I have fears. You know what I mean? But I want it to be good. Like I want it to be, and I probably would be an apologist for it.
Boy, me too.
You know, yeah. But that said, I want it to be great. I have fears. I really do have fears.
So
Especially
I
because
feel
it's
the
episodic.
exact same way because I'm so excited because I've been just craving this for so long. And to hear it announced and to see the trailer, to see the graphics, and like, yes! And I'm like, temper. So hard to temper those expectations.
I hear you. All right, guys. So let's get in this. Let's start off with Microsoft, the big dog, the one who basically has the floor to themselves.
The one that absolutely needs to win it.
They do need to win. And let me tell you, I said this as I wrote this on the post. This is theirs to lose, right? If they don't come out with a strong show, you can't blame anybody now. You can only blame yourself, you know. So let's start off first off with the stuff that we know is coming. Well, we're pretty strong that it is going to be coming to the show.
Pretty confident.
Confident, thank you. First off, Ori and the Will of the Wisp. This is from Moon Studios. Did you ever play Ori and the Blind Forest?
No, but I feel like I've been listening about this for a while.
Ori and the Blind Forest is very good. I actually have it on PC. Obviously,
really?
Yeah, and it's actually very, very good. Very, very, very good. It's not an easy game, but it's okay. Doesn't have an easy mode, so that's right up our alley, right?
It doesn't mind me at all.
So this is the follow-up to that, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and of course it looks gorgeous. It's these beautifully hand-drawn side-scrolling games that are just awesome. It's one of the few Microsoft exclusives that I can definitely say you guys have a gem here. So knowing that they're doing a sequel, definitely interested in that. Next one that we're pretty sure is going to happen because I believe it actually has a 2019 release date, and that is Gears of War 5 from the developers the Coalition.
I saw an interesting post by Puerto Rican Morgan Freeman. Was sort of kind of saying that he's going to play this game no matter what.
Uh-oh.
But that cover art is garbage.
Oh, wow. For anybody who doesn't know, Puerto Rican Morgan Freeman is our very own Sparrow Wolf, a.k.a. Giovanni. Shout out to Giovanni. Azúcar!
And nivel escondido. Azúcar!
Nivel escondido, that's right. That's right. I have only played the very first Gears of War because I've never played. And I did enjoy the hell out of it. And I respect it being a crash. Just never owned an Xbox console to play anything else. This one obviously is taking a little bit of a turn. The main character is actually going to be female Kate Diaz. I don't know how she relates in anything as far as story because I don't really know the story.
I don't know.
But it does look to be very good. They actually showed off a little bit of gameplay, which I think last year, which looked really good, dude. I was just like, holy crap, this is looking amazing. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have that as a front runner on the show floor. Do you own an Xbox at all?
No, I did started playing the first one,
The first
the
one.
first Gears of War, because it's on PC. But unfortunately, for whatever goddamn reason, they have Gears of War 1 and then 4.
Oh, they never did 2 and 3.
And I was like, I'd be willing to pay for these games if you gave me 2 and 3, but I'm not gonna do this dumb shit of going from 1 4.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all.
So that kind of put me off, and I haven't really played anymore. I just watched the Ori and the Will of the Wisp
Yeah.
trailer.
Hmm.
Sure, it was a, a really low volume, so it wouldn't bother me listening to you, but it definitely does look gorgeous.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, that art style, that looks amazing.
It's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's Gears 5. We'll see. I'm sure that's gonna be again
Well,
a front runner.
please, Microsoft, put it on PC, 2 and 3, please and thank you.
I'm sure they are. They have the whole Play Anywhere initiative, so that's definitely gonna
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely gonna
One of these days,
happen.
sure.
The next game they have is actually from a new studio called Snapshot Games. It's called Phoenix Point, which I looked into. It's actually kind of an XCOM game. You ever play one of the XCOM games? Or do you know of the XCOM game?
No, but I have an idea what it is.
Yeah. So believe it or not, Snapshot, I looked into
What was the name
Snapshot.
of the game?
It's called Phoenix Point. And I looked into Snapshot Games, and they have yet to make a game. So they're very new. They're acquired by Microsoft. And believe it or not, the creators or the CEOs of the company worked on the original XCOM game. So it's clearly that's the type of game that they're trying to make. Phoenix Points is going to be that's
Oh, it's a strategy game. Okay.
yep. So I'm sure they're going to show that because I think it's already been enough time for them to bring some gameplay, and they're talking about
This looks very StarCraft.
very StarCraft.
Well, from the first point of view, but now it's going into like each soldier.
Hmm. Yeah, it's difficult to tell sometimes because they'll include some what do you call it? Some not gameplay, cinematic
That
trailers.
seems
Yeah, and then you're like, you don't know.
CGC.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know if you're watching. You don't know what it is that you're actually watching. So, another game they actually announced last year, which is a follow-up to one of their hits, Cuphead. Cuphead, the delicious last course from
What the hell?
from Studio MDHR. I actually own Cuphead, also on the PC.
I
Very
don't know.
freaking
I
cool game.
haven't played it.
You need to do. You need to do it. It's on the Switch as well, for the record. Recently, through a little partnership between Microsoft and Nintendo, Cuphead made
Yeah,
it to
right.
Switch.
And now Microsoft hooking it up with Sony. I think this is Microsoft just like fuck it, let's join with everybody.
It could be. How do we make sure we don't lose? Well, if we're always part of everything,
Well,
we're always
yeah,
be
beat
around.
them,
Yeah,
join them.
yeah. That's the whole deal. That is the whole deal. So, excuse the noise behind me. My wife is crunching ice over there. I don't know if you can hear that, but she's being extremely rude. I kid. I love you, honey. So, so yeah, Cuphead, the delicious last course is the follow-up to that, which actually includes an additional character. So that looks actually pretty good. I definitely recommend Cuphead, sir. Another very challenging game that does not
Yeah.
come with an easy mode. So, I mean,
Have you beaten Dead Cells yet?
I have not. I have not beat Dead Cells. I need to go back to Dead Cells. And you know
Me
what it is?
either.
I
God
actually
damn
went to load
fucking
it and it started doing like an update, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. They have a bunch of new freaking content. This is gonna be a completely fucking different game. So as soon as the thing updated, I kind of just backed out. I was like, oh, we'll play something else. I was like,
Really?
yeah.
You know that? Well, last I heard, you're supposed to beat the Hand of the King before you get into the new content.
Really? Oh, okay. So everything else is the same. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, not too bad. All right. Shit, I should have gone into it, right?
Yeah,
Whatever.
I think you should.
What a maroon. Next game is also confirmed. Well, not confirmed for E3, but definitely confirmed that it's already in the works, and that is Halo Infinite from
Oh God.
343 Industries. Sir, what is your
Um,
excitement for Halo?
I've never been an Xbox guy. Okay, I've never owned an Xbox. I have played Halo. Hell, I even bought a Halo game, which was Fable 2, by the way. I had to borrow an Xbox to play it.
You
But I
bought a
did
Halo? Oh,
play,
okay.
yeah. But I did play Halo 1 and 2, some of 3, and after that I had no access to it, didn't care, especially as the more I saw the reviews and videos about it, because I like the story of Halo, you know, to
Is
the
there?
point where I left it.
Okay.
Always enjoyed it.
Okay.
And then I heard about, Halo Infinite. I am sort of excited for it because I can see it working. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel it's gonna. I don't know. It's just gonna be another Destiny. Gonna be another Destiny. Like honestly, like the games look and feel so much alike.
Yeah.
Like is it going to just be another Destiny in the Halo universe?
It could be. It could be. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case, but everything, and they haven't obviously did not announced anything like that, but everything they've said kind of just, fits
Points to
along
it.
the line. It's just like, oh man, is that really what you guys want? And I get it. Everybody needs a freaking a game as a service nowadays. I just would
Definitely.
expect Halo to be, exempt from that particular thing, but apparently not. Or not apparently not. We don't know yet, but all
Right.
signs point to it not being exempt from it, unfortunately.
No,
So,
it certainly feels like it's going that route.
yeah,
And well, I don't know. Too early to tell.
it is too early, but I'm pretty sure this is this particular E3 is going to have a massive
I
showing
mean,
of that game.
realistically, you know, going with the Halo lore, they have the space to fit it in there somewhere.
Yeah, they
You
do.
know, like they did with what is it? The one that was a prequel with the
Reach.
whole group Reach, right? Like they did with Halo Reach. You know, I don't know. I don't know if that story was already set in Halo lore.
So my understanding is that it was, but not in any, not shown. It was more of something that was either in the
Just
lore
mentioned.
somewhere. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then that
Right.
game came
So
out
if
and it expanded on it. Yeah.
right, so if you can certainly do it with a million different ways because it's the universe,
Mhm.
and whichever corner they wish to occupy to like, set their story in, they very well can. So it's not like they don't have the lore to do it with. It's just a matter will they do it right or not.
I agree. I agree. We'll see. 343
That's what I see.
apparently did pretty well with Halo 4. Not so much on the Master Chief Collection. But hey, it is what it is, right? Everybody has their stepping stone. So,
Yep.
another game that was, when I say shown off, I mean literally it was a screenshot and that's it.
Really?
But yeah, that's all it was. However, interest still rose, and I think that it will be revealed on this particular one. That is Battletoads by Rare Games.
Oh god.
the,
You
the game,
serious?
yeah, oh yeah, I'm positive that that's gonna happen. I'm positive. This is
That's a
happening
thing.
this year. Yeah. Did you ever play the original Battletoads?
Well, I might have rented out a Blockbuster.
Let me tell you, that game. There was no easy mode in that game. and let me t-
Yeah.
and let me tell you, when I would definitely say a game does not need an easy mode, but a game can definitely use some proper tweaking. And that shit was not tweaked.
Definitely needs an update.
Yes, there was something wrong with it. That said, I remember loving the game for as much
So
as I
this is
played
the
it.
only picture they have.
Yeah.
Battletoads will return in 2019.
Yes, I told you, 2019. It's happening.
Oh my god.
It's happening. And it's happening this E3. Guaranteed.
November?
Take it to the bank.
November? November release?
November release, yeah. November release. I'll get
No,
it up.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
Oh, do I think it's a November release? Uh, Probably not, because I mean you always kind of stay away from the bigger games. But then again, you never know. It may not even compete with them. May not even be the same. You know what I mean? People who go
Yeah.
to your Halo, not to Halos, to your Call of Duties and shit like that, obviously are not fucking playing Battletoads, so it may not even matter. Yeah, Battletoads. So those are the ones that are
Battletoads.
definitives, right? They're definitely gonna have them. Oh, I'm
Can't
sorry.
believe they're doing Battletoads.
They are doing battle.
You know,
Well,
I'm not gonna lie. Rare's gonna stop fucking around and give me a perfect. If you give me a good, perfect dark game, I will buy an Xbox One.
so is that a prediction of yours for this E3?
Nah, because they're never gonna do it.
Fair
They're
enough.
never gonna do perfect dark.
Fair
Okay,
enough.
and I prefer perfect dark over GoldenEye. Yes, I said it, and I don't care. I prefer perfect dark on the Nintendo 64 over GoldenEye.
Look, sir, I will be the first one to say Perfect Dark obviously improved on where GoldenEye had faults. You know what I mean? So I can definitely see why it's a better game. Just just you know in all aspects, it was just a better make. Obviously, because they were learned from what they could do from GoldenEye. But I have an attachment to GoldenEye because I just played
Listen, man, you had
dozens
a
of hours.
laptop gun that turned into a turret. You know how broken that was? It gets worse. You had a Martian sniper rifle that could not only see through every single wall,
Hmm.
it would track heat signatures. Like you didn't even have to aim. You only had to slightly move your the joystick, and as soon as you were aiming at the person, shoot once, and you will one shot them.
Yeah.
Okay, let me say this again. You had a sniper rifle that could see through walls, track enemies without you moving anything, and one shot people. Huh? You want to talk about broken?
Yeah.
Fuck you. That's what Perfect Dark said. Okay?
All right, so it was a little broken, but I still enjoyed it too as well. I never played
Yeah,
the 360 Perfect Dark. Was
me
it
either.
360?
Obviously, I never run on Xbox.
Yeah, but I
I did
heard.
have the Perfect Dark with the expansion pack. Yes, I had my
Wow.
expansion pack because I bought Donkey Kong 64. They brought you the, they brought you the expansion pack.
My God. Okay. That's great. That is great. I
Oh,
don't think I know until now anyone who had that expansion back then.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, I had. That's
not
how you
one
play
person.
Perfect Dark, buddy. Woo!
I'm sure. Shit,
Go
I'm sure.
nuts with that shit.
All right. One more game that actually I said that those are the only ones confirmed. There's another one that's confirmed, and that is The Outer Worlds by Obsidian Entertainment. Obsidian Entertainment was actually purchased by Microsoft, but believe it or not, The Outer Worlds is not exclusive to Microsoft. It is still coming to Sony, or should I say PlayStation 4. So I'm sure it will be shown off there because, frankly, where else is it going to be shown off? Not like Sony's coming anywhere. But yeah, The Outer Worlds, that game. So Obsidian, if you don't know, is is the company who made New Vegas, Fallout New Vegas, which
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Oh, this is the one that's supposed to be like, we're gonna show you how to do
how to do a Fallout.
a Fallout game.
Pretty much. And it looks really, really good. And so I'm pretty sure that they are going to be highlighting the hell out of that game. And it looked already, I don't want to say almost finished, but it looked really good from what we saw. The vertical slice we saw. I'm sure we'll see another vertical slice at the show. So those are the ones that are confirmed. The rest here are more of maybes. Uh, Starting with the first one here, a company called In Exile Entertainment, which is also was purchased by Microsoft. And they're known mostly for dungeon crawlers. They're working on Wasteland 3. I don't know if you ever played the Wasteland series.
No, I'm,
Precursor.
I'm currently looking at the Outer Worlds trailer.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it's a great one. It's a great one. So yeah, Wasteland 3 is, or I should say, Wasteland, the series, is how kind of looked like the original Fallout series looked like. But obviously took
Oh, that isometric view.
yeah that type of gameplay. And so looks like they are working on Wasteland 3 for sure. I don't know if that's going to be exclusive.
Oh, I'm sorry, but this Outer Worlds look like No Man's Sky fucking gorgeous.
I know.
Holy shit.
I know. And believe it or not, going back to that, again, they bought Obsidian, but I think part of the deal of the purchase was if you were buying, that's fine, but we're still releasing this game on all systems and consoles. So
Oh
this
wow.
game is coming to the Outer Worlds is coming to Sony. Every future game obviously will be exclusive to. But that
Okay.
said, that's actually a very smart move in the sense that you let everybody taste the Outer Worlds, and if it's amazing as amazing looks, Outer Worlds 2 will be an Xbox exclusive. That will get people to make the jump over to Xbox.
Wow. I mean, this looks really good
It is good.
from the models to the environment to yeah.
Yeah,
This looks like something I would play. It looks like the prodigal son of No Man's Sky and Fallout.
yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
Try not to break it. Oh, buddy. You don't even know what these people are gonna do to you.
That's good stuff. So yeah. So anyway, NXL Entertainment, Wasteland 3. That's not confirmed. We confirmed that they're working on it, but we don't know if they're going to show that off. And we also don't know if that's going to be exclusive because NXL was again purchased in the midst of them making it. Another company that was purchased, acquired by Microsoft June 2018, is Ninja Theory. Do you ever play Senua's Sacrifice? Hellblade?
No, I have not.
So Ninja Theory,
I owe it to myself to do it.
you do. The game's only it was only 30 when it came out new. It's probably cheaper now. Um, Ninja Theory made that game. Obviously, it's an independent studio or was an independent studio, now owned by Microsoft. That game came out in August of 2017. So we're 2 years away from that. Chances are we may see a game from them as well, given enough time. I'm sure they've been working on something. So maybe we'll see something from Ninja Theory. Not 100%. Next one is from Playground Games, also purchased by Microsoft recently, and there's a rumor that they're working on a new Fable game. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yes, that's the rumor. But
How do you
obviously,
feel about Fable?
I so again, I never own an Xbox console. However, I've seen and played them. Uh, and everything about Fable just never really connected with me. So every time the Fable thing
Let
came out,
me
I was just like,
let me tell you a
why?
little story about Fable 2.
Okay,
Not the
tell
first
me.
Fable. The first Fable, somebody told me a lot of bullshit stories about it that weren't possible in the game. Whatever. I bought and played Fable 2.
Mhm.
Right? I bought Fable 2. I asked one of my friends if I could borrow their 360, which for whatever reason they did, and I played it. Loved that game. I never followed it in its development. Apparently, the creator made a whole lot of bullshit promises that weren't real, but the
Uh-huh.
game itself was solid. Like I love how your character would change depending on on your actions. Which, by the way, I was evil as all hell.
Choices
I
were made.
literally had the devil horns, and my dog had like the black red eyes and some like really evil shit. But I was married.
Oh,
I was married to the owner of a furniture shop in the town, right? And in all games, I always join the assassins. I don't care how evil or they are. I fuck it. I'm an
okay.
assassin through and through. I went, I joined that shit, right? And I'm doing their missions, whatever. And at some point, they give me a mission, and look, and they're asking me to murder my wife.
Oh shit.
because the one that put the hit on her, she bullied him when they were kids.
Wow.
So, okay. I'm like, I love my wife. I have a daughter. I'm not going to do this. So here I go. I take my happy ass back to town, and I'm walking through the town center, and suddenly, for whatever reason, town center, there's nobody. There's my wife. There's 4 thugs behind her.
Oh, snap.
And I'm like, listen, of course, this is just me role playing at this point, but I'm like, listen, we can talk about this. Let's not do anything drastic. And I'm just walking with my character slowly. Let's not do anything drastic. And this bitch sicks them on me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so when I killed them all, because I was like super duper powerful. Like, my character had like the veins that were like red and blue because I was a magic user. I'm telling you, my character looked all kinds of evil. Whatever. So I killed them all really easily, and I walked up to her and like, really? We could have
Wow.
done something. We could have spoken about this. You know, like whatever. I killed her, and social services took my daughter away.
Wow. Medieval social services?
Yes, they take your kid away. I was like, are you serious? Yeah,
Wow.
yep. Never saw my daughter again.
That's insane.
Yes, that's the kind of you see. That's the kind of stories that you come up
That you
that
can't, yeah,
for
you can't get
whatever
anywhere else.
reason they happen.
That's interesting. That
Yeah.
I can definitely say is okay. So, I mean, I didn't know anything about that, so that's probably why I didn't in any way think that, but yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah. So again, I know 3 and whatever the hell came after, which was Legends or some shit. I know they didn't pan out. I know they were terrible from everything that I read and watched. I really do hope they bring it back to that though, because the freedom that you had was great, and I loved it.
Well, again, that's the rumor. Playground Games,
Well, that kind
and
of
every
excites me.
they, it seems to be like it's something like credible. So we'll see. We'll see. Playground Games, Fable 4, I guess in this case, or maybe it's a whole reboot. You never know.
I don't think it. Well, I don't care either way, as long as they do just buy it.
Yeah. Next company, again, purchased by Microsoft. Microsoft did make a lot of acquisitions, which was really, really good. Purchased by
Yeah.
Microsoft Compulsion Games, which is responsible for the game that came out called We Happy Few. I don't think we're going to see anything from them. We Happy Few is kind of recent, so if anything, maybe some DLC for it. Who knows?
Did you play a Happy Few? We Happy Few?
No, I wanted to, and then the whole procedurally generated thing kind of just said, oh, not what I was expecting, because it felt very BioShock from their trailer, but unfortunately, the end result was not that. Although I did hear, I think it got, average like a 7, maybe 7.5 when it came to reviews, so I have not played it though. Did you ever play it?
No. I saw some of the trailers, and the concept and the premise sounds very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it did.
You know that whole
The
I
happy
guess
pills? The happy
yeah, the
pills that they
government.
take?
I'm just gonna go because I don't know the basic story. This is from what I remember. It's basically the government shoving all these happy pills down everybody's throat.
Yep, to keep them docile. Yep.
Right, and then if you're not happy, like everybody else will know and whatever. So I have a kind of an idea what it's about. It sounds very interesting.
Yeah, it does. I mean, because of the initial thing of it being a procedurally generated survival game, I was like, oh, I didn't think that was going to be it. But I think they ended up changing it up a little
Yeah,
bit. Um,
yeah, I heard something about that, but
yeah.
again, I didn't really follow it all the way through, and I didn't buy it. So what did it end it on?
I don't know. I never played it. I have no idea.
Oh,
As far as reviews, like I said, it's maybe a 7, but who knows? But now they're owned by Microsoft. I don't think, like I said, I think it's too early to see anything from them because they were still fresh off of We Happy Few.
right.
Similar to the next one, actually, called Undead Labs, who's responsible for State of Decay 2, which actually came out sometime last year, I believe it was. So I don't think we're going to see anything from them also. It's kind of recent. Maybe, if anything, DLC for State of Decay. State of Decay, of course, is their open, I guess that's sort of open world, but definitely a zombie survival game. Another company that was founded actually at Microsoft called The Initiative. We have no idea who they are. They were founded last year, so we have no clue what they're working on. Maybe, maybe not. We may not see anything from them for a little bit. And then finally, the last company that they own is Mojang, of course, Minecraft. Uh, they are working
Whatever.
on something called Minecraft Dungeons, which is a dungeon crawler. It was actually announced at Minecon in 2018, and it's supposed to come out sometime this year. It's a four-player co-op that, of course, includes loot and
I'm
everything.
looking at this State of Decay 2 reviews, and
They're no bueno.
66% Metacritic, 74% PC Gamer, 5 out of 10 GameSpot.
5 out of 10. Wow, yeah. Yeah. That's why I
Uh,
mean that's there was a time. I mean, there's hope now, but there was a time that we were like, ooh, Microsoft is crashing and burning. But now, not so much. They have stuff coming. They have.
Listen, I agree with everybody. We definitely do not need, what is it, stubborn Sony?
Oh yes. Oh, not stubborn. Oh
No,
gosh,
it's not stubborn. What's the word?
arrogant Sony.
Arrogant Sony. We
Yes.
we definitely do not need or want Sony in any form or capacity.
No, we do not.
And I like I said, I'm still catching up, but I did finish. When you guys talk about the review of the next generation PlayStation and the capabilities of it, kind of worries me.
Yeah. If it's everything they say it is,
It's not gonna be cheap. That's true. That's the truth of it.
that
Fuck it.
is the truth of it. Unless they decide to take a hit, because most of the time, most companies take a hit on the price. To be honest with you, the PlayStation 3 when it first came out with its proprietary thing, its value was over 1,000. So
Oh yeah, I remember
six,
because every other
yeah,
Blu-ray was shitload
correct,
of money, and he's
yeah.
very
So
capable.
yeah,
600.
exactly. So at 600, they were taking a loss. So here, I don't think it's going to be that high, but I can definitely see a $500 price tag.
You know what's funny? That people criticize the PlayStation 3 for its price, and they always forget that the Blu-ray on it was like really fucking expensive. Now, it wasn't the right price. It wasn't the right price, but let's be honest, what was its worth? Like you may talk about Blu-ray whatever you want, but it gave us games in one disc where the Xbox 360 needed two or three.
Yes, that's true. Because we had the Blu-ray. Yep.
So
Yep.
So honestly, other than the infrastructure of it apparently being hard to work with, according to developers,
Extremely.
right? That I think that was the biggest roadblock. Not just the price point. I feel like the six, and I may sound like an apologist at this point, but thank you very much. I feel like it was worth the $600.
I did not, and I did not get a PlayStation 3 until the slim model at 299.
No, I mean I was too young to. I didn't have the money to buy that. I got it as a present. It was the Gran Turismo edition. I had Gran Turismo 3 in it,
Oh wow.
which I spent countless hours on. Yes. I love that console. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't blame you. Let's just hope that Microsoft can come back from the dust the way the PlayStation 3 did. Because
God
by
damn,
generation's
honestly.
end, yeah, by generation's end, the PlayStation 3 had surpassed sales of the 360. Took
What?
the by PlayStation by the end of that generation, PlayStation had actually surpassed. Uh,
Really?
yeah, it didn't matter at that point because we were moving into PlayStation 4 now.
Right, right. But still, that's a lot of it.
It does. Yeah, it does. It took a while, and I can definitely
Yeah.
say that Microsoft is not looking to in any way get to that point this generation, but hopefully
Right? I found that extremely odd.
that they can make it.
They could have made it back, but they made like a really
It was
bad string of decisions.
exactly. It was impossible to make it back. None of they were canceling games, shutting down studios, had no exclusives. What are you gonna do? What's the point of getting an Xbox then?
Yeah.
And
That's
on
like you
top of that,
said.
they had the poor
Even now.
launch. Yeah, exactly. Even now.
Even now. Like what's the point? If you can get it on PC, then what's the point?
Exactly. I've thought about getting a Xbox One S. It's like
I want them
199.
to give me a reason to get one.
Exactly. There isn't one, which is why I never pulled the trigger on it. I think it was down at a sale to 150, and I was like seriously
Really.
considering it, and because it was the white one, which was very beautiful for the record, and I was just like, no, what am I gonna play on it? What am I gonna play on it that I can't already play on my PlayStation 4?
Look, even the Switch gave me a reason to get one. I mean, not quick, but eventually. With the Pokemon Sword and Shield now, which is a
Oh,
game that I've been waiting for.
yes. Well, it's so funny you mentioned that, sir. Let's close the book on Microsoft's potential for the press conference and move into Nintendo.
Okay.
Speaking of Nintendo,
Yes,
of course,
sir.
they're going to have, of course, their direct. And I believe,
Gaming's darling.
yes, and I believe it's going to be a huge portion of it is going to be spent on Pokemon. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Uh,
I think
how,
so too.
how excited are you for that, sir?
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. And I know that we have people who are not exactly fans or even like the franchise,
Oh no, hey, they're not here,
but
sir.
but the depth that this game goes with their battle strategies are pretty deep,
Pretty deep.
and that's something that I enjoy.
Nice.
The amount of time that I spent, especially on not so much on Sun and Moon because I really didn't like the Sun and Moon games,
Hmm.
but Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby,
Hmm.
I spent hundreds of hours
Wow.
in Omega Ruby, hundreds breeding, training, the Pokemon that I wanted to have the team that I wanted, and I even went further than that. I think I have like two and a half teams because the third one is not complete. I never
Oh,
finished it
oh wow.
of Pokemon battle ready. I went online and looked at their moves. I looked like, and I've hatched hundreds of Pokemon eggs because when you're fighting with somebody else, it'll tell you your stats for whatever fucking reason. And it's funny because Pokemon, there's a program where you can hack it. You can get whatever Pokemon you want with the stats that you want right then and there. So mostly everybody that I saw had like one, two, or maybe 10, 12 eggs, and here I am with 463 eggs hatched,
Damn.
you because I spend my days watching TV with my wife and like just running around an island hatching eggs endlessly to get the stats that I wanted, to get the nature that I wanted, and like whatever the hell else I needed.
Nice.
Yes, I absolutely, and I have been waiting for a console, like a home console release for so fucking long.
Yes, because there has been none, unless you want to count
No,
Pokemon Stadium. But
that
who
doesn't
counts?
count.
Yeah,
You
it does
don't
not.
you don't have the open world. You don't have the random fights. You don't have the game. You have the PvP aspect of it.
Yes, just that.
And even then, I think they released like something called Gale of Darkness or whatever the hell it was, which was somewhat of an RPG, but it wasn't the games either. No, I wanted a full main game on home console, and it's coming.
It is coming in the form of Sword and Shield. So that is clearly, Kaox Reaper's most anticipated Switch
Yes.
title. For me personally, I am looking forward to Retro Studios Metroid Prime 4, sir. I
What?
loved the Prime series. The
Really?
Metroid Prime series to me are one. Well, first of all, Metroid in general is one of my
Okay.
favorite series.
I'm going to admit something right here, right now.
Uh-huh.
I've never played a Metroid game.
Holy shitballs.
Ever. Never in my life have I ever played a Metroid.
So I don't even know how to answer that with. I have like nothing to answer that with, other than I'm sorry for you.
I don't know. I don't even know where
That's
to
all I have.
begin as to what to say. Like I never rented at a Blockbuster even. Never because after the Nintendo 64, I didn't get any more Nintendo other than the handhelds. And even on
Okay.
the handhelds, I never got a Metroid game.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, okay.
The
So,
only reason I know that it's how it plays is because it's called Castle, Metroidvania games.
mhm.
So I play Castlevania games, so I have an idea what it's like.
Yeah, same thing, only in space. Super Metroid is my favorite Metroid, and I still own it. I have the Wii. I have it downloaded to the Wii. I've beaten it on the Wii more than once. The game is one of those perfect games that you can do speed runs. It is excellent. I love the game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Then when you
Wow.
get to the Prime series, the Prime is when it goes first person. And to be fair, I understand a lot of people had like the first person, the way first person worked on the GameCube.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't good.
It was not the best. However, once you got used to it and you kind of understood the mechanics, you can work around it, right? Because it wasn't
Are you
something.
being kind to it or?
No, no. Once you get used to it, you can work on the mechanics. But when you looked at it compared to other first-person games, it's like, ooh, this is very different.
Now let me stop you real quick because I know that you mentioned this last time we had a Discord call, but do you still have that mustache and beard?
No, I do not. No, I do not.
Because you look like a fucking badass there, and you should definitely do that again.
I have considered it. I will share the picture for the record for people listening, but I have considered it.
Please.
It's first off, my wife does not like mustache or beard, so it's
Really?
yeah, she's not a fan of them. So
Sorry.
I, out of resistance, let things grow sometimes, and then I do silly things like that. Actually, that was like I had let my beard grow out to a good length, not outward, but just kind of full. And then like for one day, I was like, before I shave it, let me just have fun with it, and I did that, and it looked cool.
Yo,
Yeah,
that looks awesome. I mean,
it looked cool.
come
So,
on, Eva, you gotta let this happen.
I agree. So petition, guys. We need to start a petition here.
I will start a petition.
Let Mad Dog grow his beard so he can do the Fu Manchu. Well, not the Fu Manchu, but whatever that is. There's an actual name for it, but I can't remember what it is. But
I can't remember it either.
yeah. So yeah, Metroid Prime. So it went into first-person view. The Wii version of it, I didn't care for as much. A lot of people did, and that's because now you're using the control or the fucking Wiimotes, and that's just I never liked the whole waggle thing. Um, so I didn't really care for Metroid Prime 3, but Metroid Prime 1 and 2, I spent so much time playing that shit. So knowing that Metroid Prime 4 is happening, it's happening
How
for
do I
Retro
start a
Studios.
petition on Facebook?
I don't know. I have no clue, bro. Let's look
How can
this
I
up.
just make a simple?
A simple petition. You're gonna use the picture too?
Oh wait, can I copy this picture? I need this picture.
I don't know. I'm sure it's somewhere because I'm sure it was a profile pic of mine at some point.
Oh come on. No, I can't. I can't copy the picture.
Oh, it's all good. I'm sure I have it as a profile pic somewhere. I can send it to you if you need
All
it.
right, I might need you to send it to me so I can make this petition legit.
It's happening. It is happening. All right, so just a few games.
So carry on. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just
No, no worries. Few games left here for Nintendo because they don't. They obviously the direct will release more information, but there's no way I can't mention this for Dreamtwister because he clearly would want us to mention it.
Oh
That is
God, let me take a wild guess. Let me take a wild guess.
okay.
It's a Bayonetta.
It is
Oh,
Bayonetta.
how did I know? How did I?
Bayonetta 3 from Platinum Games has already been announced, so clearly that's coming at some point, and we are all
Are we
happy for
talking
Dream
about this?
Twister. I don't have anything to say. I've never played a Bayonetta other than to say he loves it. I'm happy for
I
him.
know he does.
I hope it's great.
I hope so too. I started playing the first one, but I think it was on the PlayStation 3, and it had nothing to do with bugs or anything. It didn't draw me in.
I played the demo, and then it never brought me in either. I was like, I don't know what's happening here. Somebody compared it to God
I'm
of War, and I was like, you're fucking mad. There's no way it's God of War.
oh
What the fuck?
no,
I
that
mean, it's the
honestly
same
that
play
was
style maybe, but
Devil
that's
May
not.
Cry with an extra mechanic.
Yeah, exactly,
I'm
exactly.
sorry, Dream. I love you, man. I'm not dissing on the game, but that's literally what it was.
I agree. I can't disagree with this. Oh man. And then of course we have from Team Ninja, Marvel Ultimate
Honestly, God
Alliance.
of War is more like Zelda, but super violent.
Yes, no, I agree with that. Yeah. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, coming from Team Ninja.
Oh yeah, I heard it was gonna be a Switch.
Yes, very strange.
It's in Ultimate Alliance like a very well, I won't say very loved, but
It's everywhere. I mean, I can say that much.
I've heard a lot about it, so I'm guessing it's a very popular franchise.
It is. This is the third part. Yeah, it's strange that it's gonna be I don't know if it's timed exclusive or just exclusive.
I don't
Uh,
know. I just heard exclusive
yeah, me
or
too.
read exclusive.
Yeah, but this is Nintendo. It's not like it's Microsoft who has that fake exclusive
Yeah,
shit.
but Nintendo, no.
Nothing
Nintendo's
out there.
kind of picky with their titles too, you know.
Yeah, I mean, well, like there's a lot of indies that come to Nintendo that are Nintendo first, and I've always known that. Like I can tell, and it always says that. So I haven't seen any of that hidden. But then again, you never know. They may have paid for this. You know? I mean, of all the Marvel stuff, that's probably not the bigger one. So who knows?
I mean, what's it's a time exclusive worth anything at all?
I guess it depends. So it depends on the property. Like when it happened with Microsoft when they were doing the Tomb Raider timed exclusive for the reboot. Not the reboot. It was the reboot, but it was a sequel to the reboot, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
Um,
how did that go for them?
it went horribly for both, actually, because Square did not do well with it either. They didn't do well with the original sales because the Xbox One clearly did not have the penetration into the households.
Not to
And
mention who was going up against them.
correct. Yes, exactly. Uncharted, right?
Yeah,
And then when it finally came to PlayStation, at that point people are like, well, this is a year-old game. Nobody's jumping on this anymore. So it affected both. Microsoft paid for something that didn't really pan out, and Square didn't really get anything on the return. I mean, they got money up front, obviously, from Microsoft. I think they're probably the ones who made better with it, but money up front for it. But obviously, the sales in the far end didn't work out so well. I
do
finally
you
got
think
Rise.
if it would have been cross-platform from the get-go, do you think it would have performed just as bad?
I think
Or
it.
enough to make a difference? Sorry, enough because it would have performed better
Yeah,
regardless.
yeah,
That's would have
yeah.
been enough
To, I think it would have
change
been
its
to change the
whatever
trajectory.
fate is.
Probably not. I mean, it still would have led to the final one because Rise still led to Shadow of the Tomb Raider, even
That's true.
regardless.
But I think Uncharted 4 would have buried it regardless.
Yeah, I agree. I have not played Shadow yet, and to be fair, I've played all the reboots of Tomb Raider. I've always played months, if not years later, when they're
And
already
that's not
like
to
20
say
bucks.
I played the original well, the first of this trilogy,
Hmm.
and I loved it.
Yeah, I agree. It was great. It
I
was great.
I'm not saying anything against the game. That first one, I haven't played the second one. But I absolutely love that first one. I remember I streamed it too because my sister was like going crazy over it.
Nice. My issue with this series was Lara was a kind of a full character, but no one else was around them, and that was what was missing. When unfortunately you have no choice but to compare it. When you compare it to Uncharted, when all the characters are fully realized, even side
Have all been
characters.
developed over the
Yeah,
whole series.
exactly. When you have that, you go, you
I
want to
mean,
know the next story.
when you can make a spin-off and people consider it to be like such a great game, that says a lot.
It does.
When when you have characters, other than the main, other than Drake and Sully, to make a full spin-off without them at all and still be successful, I think that says a lot.
It does.
Is there anything else that Nintendo I mean, honestly,
No, I don't see anything else.
because of the directs.
Yeah, I mean, we do know that Luigi's Mansion 3 is coming out for whoever is excited for Luigi Mansion 3. But
Do you think that Microsoft will eventually do their own web exclusive reveals?
I think it will depend on how well it pans out for Sony. I've seen every state. There's only two, but I've seen both of them, and I, for one, do not mind them. They're short enough where you get a bunch of information quick, and it's trailer, and then sometimes they go into a little bit more in depth of something, and then boom, move on to the next thing. The last state of play was like 18 minutes long, and we got to hear about six, maybe seven different things. Oh, that's perfect. Nobody on stage saying, "Hey, we did well this year," or blah blah, or even
Or
worse,
having
when
some
you
awkward moment?
yeah, I was gonna say when you think of Ubisoft and their fucking awkwardness that they generally have, it's like you skip all that, just give
Oh,
me the
shit.
information I need. So when I look at it that way, I'm like, I can see why they would do it, and I mean, when it comes to price, it's astronomically cheaper than
Oh, I
holding an
bet.
event. You know what I mean? So I can't say I blame them. I still think that they need to have something for people to go out and play. So I think we are going to see maybe a PlayStation experience this year, which was their own, usually in December, and it was their own kind of like small E3 when it's just
Right,
them.
right. I remember
Um,
you guys covered it on one of the podcasts.
yeah, it's actually great, dude. And I'm like, and I would love to go out to one of those events, and that's just for the fans. Yes, there's press there and stuff like that, but it's for the fans. Like the tickets and everything are for the fans.
I'm not gonna lie, one of my dreams has always been to go to any.
I would love to go to E3, but the problem with E3 is you don't go to the conference. You're getting tickets to go to the show floor, which is
Where you
full.
make all the lines to play shit.
Yes, exactly, exactly,
Sounds like fun. God damn it.
exactly. So you actually have to have a press pass to get into the conference and stuff like that, which I understand is not too difficult. Um,
I was gonna say, like, what do you mean all those people are everybody that's there is quote unquote pressed?
allegedly, yes. Obviously, there are press there, but allegedly, yes.
I
So
mean, can I vote for you guys to be pressed? How does this work?
I don't know.
Let's get Mad Dog and Dreamtwister into A3 conference.
Make it
Conference.
happen. We need another petition going just for that.
That's two petitions in one podcast, man. I'm telling you, I'm on fire.
I have a feeling that your petitions have a better chance than the petition released by Game of Thrones fans to have them redo the entire season 8. Something tells me that other petition is just
Wow.
not going to pan out for them.
Better odds of crossplay starting tomorrow?
Yeah, exactly. Tomorrow with no announcement. Yes. Exactly. All right, sir. Well, that brings us to the end of an awesome episode, 160 of
The
GG's
real.
The Real Apologies. Yes, always correcting, and I apologize. I forget to say the real. Thanks so much
Real.
for tuning in. And as always, please go to goodgame.tech. Again, join the conversation there. And please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone. This is Mad Dog signing off for this week. Mr. Kaox Reaper, take us
Yes.
home.
Sir, thank you very much for having me today in this week's podcast. It is an honor to have been invited here today. I hope I didn't mess up as much as I thought I did.
You're fine. It was a pleasure having you, sir. Absolutely. And it's will
I'm not
obviously
gonna
not be
lie.
the last time.
And I told you, no, God, I hope not, because I absolutely love this. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of nervous about it at first, but thank you very much, guys. Have a good night. Have a great weekend. GG.